All right, guys. Welcome back to Sayin Society. You have myself, Jochik, Justman, and Jagad. This is our weekly podcast.
So we got switched to Shonen Jump Plus.
Yeah.
This is our seasonal.
I don't know what episode we're on, but
we're on the same schedule as D.Gray Man.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, Black Clover, bro.
Black Clover too.
Yeah. How can you hate now?
So
How can you hate now that you know? Now that you know what it's like.
we're gonna talk about a lot of things because we missed a lot. So there's a lot of
One Piece.
A lot of One Piece, a lot of Dragonball Daima.
A lot of We Cooked.
Yeah,
a lot of Heard It Here
first that
That's
we need to talk about. So yeah, we're just gonna start off with One Piece.
One Piece.
Fuck, I hate One Piece.
The first world, second world, third world.
Crazy.
Dude, that chapter,
did anyone?
not the newest chapter,
Yeah.
The one with the mural.
the mural chapter.
Yeah.
We got so much shit in that one chapter.
No, we did.
We did.
And
The
like-
amount of memes I saw up at just the mural.
It's crazy.
No, like
Everybody
was
trying
it-
to decipher the mural.
Yeah, because was it Tekking? He redrew the whole tablet
Oh
thing.
my god.
And because he didn't want to get copyrighted and he needed it up for his video.
No.
And this guy has
way.
like a 30-40 minute video essentially of him like just kind of breaking down each section of of that. And I thought it was like that's commitment, man. Like that's
That
good
is
shit.
commitment.
And I'll, like 'cause
Yeah.
you actually have to kind of go through and scan
Every
like each
single
section
thing,
of it and try to make piece of like what it's
What it
referring
is.
to, right?
Like what I haven't seen, like obviously we've all seen like multiple theories online about what the mural means and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, essentially, it seems as though the One Piece world has been destroyed and remade 3 times,
Yeah.
potentially, like
Twice.
or
for
twice,
sure.
and we're
Twice.
on the third time.
Third, yeah.
right?
We're on the third one.
So, I never thought One Piece was like that. Like, did any one of you guys like see that coming? That the world?
Well, I thought
had
I thought the Void Century was the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That was when they like
No, I would
whatever
agree with
we
that.
knew about the world before.
Yeah.
They completely like flipped it on its head.
Yeah.
And then what we know now is just what the world government's telling people.
Telling us,
Yeah. So that
That's
means
what I thought.
But that means before, like,
Yeah.
like basically, what I'm trying to say is the world government seems as though they oppose Nika, right? Like, or Joy
Yeah.
Boy,
Nika.
Nika
So it seems like
Nika, right?
especially from like the more dialogue we've been getting about who Nika is and stuff
Mhm.
and Joy Boy.
Mhm.
they're all different.
It seems like their original beef is with Nika.
Yeah, Nika, yeah,
It started with Nika, and then
Boy's like the
which is probably the first
reincarnation in
war
a
that
way.
happened,
yeah.
and then Joy Boy was from the second war, and it was still
But-
Nika, and now it's like anytime there is Nika, they're just fucking afraid.
They're
So,
rattled,
so
yeah.
basically, Nika was the sun god, right?
Yeah.
In the first world, that's the person that got killed. Because they say it, like in the tablet, or whatever, right? They're like, in the first world, he was killed and his powers were taken or something like that.
Did they say his powers were taken?
Or it was something
I'm gonna
along
check
those
right
lines.
now.
Yeah, just
Okay.
pull it up, like fact check me, please. It was something along the lines of like, sorry. He was killed and the sea god was enraged.
Yes.
It
Yes.
says
Right?
that. It does say that.
Right?
yeah.
It said he was killed and the sea god was enraged.
Yeah.
Right? And then in the second world, that's where like I'm assuming Joy Boy came in.
Yeah. That's what I would assume. I'd assume first is just Sun
Nika.
God Nika.
Yeah.
Then like that's where like we got the devil fruit. Then you have Joy Boy who probably ate the devil fruit or some shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you
yeah.
had Luffy who came.
Yeah.
And
So
now
you- But
he's
I
the
think-
third world.
You
I
think
think-
Joy Boy was the first person to eat a devil fruit as
No.
well?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, among like
Because
okay.
when I heard Sea God was enraged, I was like, maybe like either devil fruits were a thing before that,
that's
I
what
think
I'm,
that's
I
the case.
agree,
and
I agree.
then like that's where like
So
that whole-
what I think is like if you look at the mural, right, and a lot of people have been I haven't seen this, but a lot of people have been saying like you see Zunisha, right, the elephant,
Yeah.
and then you see
I've
like a
seen
factory
that.
behind Zunisha,
yeah.
and you see like people on like an elevator carrying light, whatever it is.
Mhm.
They're carrying like some type of
People are thinking of saying it's gold. People are like, yo, it's gold, or it's an energy source.
yeah, because
or-
people were like it like maybe it's a devil fruit, like it's probably not isn't a devil fruit, because that was one
No,
interpretation
yeah.
I thought was that like because it looks like people are kind of like descending into like hell essentially,
Yeah.
coming back up with this like whatever this resource is,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then they're like using it to fuel like something.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, and then like
So
you think
I
that's
had said early on, like pretty much during Egghead that I was like, devil fruits are the infinite energy. Like, remember,
like where do they get the energy from?
Yeah. Like, remember I had said that how Vegapunk basically, like, there was an infinite energy source back in the day, and now it's gone. Like, it used to be all around us, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
And I had said, like, I think that's devil fruits. And so what I think happened was when the sun god was slain or killed, his powers were turned into devil fruits.
You think so?
Like, so,
you
like,
think
so,
he had multiple powers?
Like for example, there's each of the gods had their own powers. Like, they're gods or whatever, right? The sun god got killed, right? His powers then, you could say, distributed and became devil fruits.
So, like, so off of that assumption, the fruit that Luffy has isn't the full potential of what Sun God Nika was.
I think, that's what I'm saying. Is like every person who has a devil fruit is essentially essentially what I'm kind of trying to get at is everyone who has a devil fruit is essentially a pseudo supporter of the sun god because they have a devil fruit, and that's why they're called devil fruits. Because they want to brand Nika as a devil and as the enemy, so then people would be wary of eating devil fruits.
But
that's why we see.
Okay, but this resource that we're talking about.
That's why we see the Gorosei not have a devil fruit.
But this resource in the mural is supposed to be part of the first world.
How do we know that?
Well, I mean, that's fair, but it's supposed to, like, in terms of, like, the interpretation.
I feel like the interpretation of it, because anytime we've gotten a depiction of Joy Boy, he has not looked like that. But, like, you could say that that's because
and when you look at the mural flat, you go from one side to the other, like, you start from right side to the left.
So
where's the just like some of the breakdowns that I was seeing was like, it coincides with what they're saying in terms of, like, the first world, like, within the earth there was fire, mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun.
Okay.
The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared, the earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire, shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. So that's like, that kind of shows, like, this first section right here. It's shown here. Like, you have, like, this god thing that's enraged.
That's the serpent.
Yeah.
Serpent of hellfire. But what I'm saying is, like, if we go back to Skypiea, right? In Skypiea, they mentioned there's 4 different gods: the Earth god, Forest god, Sun god. I think the Rain god or whatever. Yeah. Right. Well, none of those other ones are mentioned in this. Like, no, the Forest god they talk about.
You have the Earth, the Sun, the Sea, and then you have the Forest.
Oh, do they mention them?
Like, so then with the second world, it says within the void there was breath. The Forest god tamed demons, and the Sun spread the fires of war. So
the sun.
Yeah. So the sun would be probably the sun god. He's starting the revolution.
Right. No, but it'd be like, that would be Joy Boy.
Potentially.
I think.
I think the second world. Is that's Joy Boy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like. That's why I'm breaking up, like, the thing as, like, in columns of, like, this is what happened in the first world. This is, like, segueing into the second world. And then it, like, ended with what the third world's like.
Because, like, I felt like, because Zunisha's promise.
Yeah, because you have the Zunisha right here.
Right, so you think Zunisha has been alive since the first world?
That could definitely be possible. We don't.
Is that what we think?
They can definitely. He's so huge.
I know he's huge, but I thought he was only alive from the Void Century onwards. Like,
no, because whatever happened during the Void Century is why he got banished.
Right, so he's been alive before that.
Yeah, he probably would have been like, right. And like we don't know anything about a species because he's like the only one we've seen.
Yeah,
but if he's that tall, like what if he was like a regular ass elephant and he's just been growing since?
And he just couldn't stop growing.
Like, and he's that fucking big now. Like, that would make sense with how old
weird.
He is.
That's
like,
weird though. How come all
it is weird.
Aren't that old?
Bro, he's got that ancient like breed in him.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like, well, no, it's like the ancient what is it? Giant
ancient
blood.
Giants. Ancient giant blood.
Yeah.
There's ancient giant blood in an elephant.
No, but I'm saying, like, elephants have their own thing. Like, their own ancient elephant blood, you know what I'm saying?
But you're saying all of this, like, it's showing both the first and the second world. Not all one thing. Because when I viewed it all as
One
cohesive thing, not two separate things.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, the way it's talking about the first world, second world, and stuff, it's not really like, because you gotta remember, like, these are being layered together, because Robin's actually reading the text,
Yeah.
and Frankie's looking at this,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, we're the ones kind of putting it together, I guess, because
Right.
it's being laid over
Right.
top. But, like, that's why, like, and also, like, the way that it's, like, the second world description, like, some of the stuff, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot happening either. Like, so second world, like, let me continue. Those of the half moon dreamed, those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became God, and the sea god stormed, and they will never meet.
Right.
So,
So,
like,
that's that.
From there, though, like,
Yeah. Okay. That's right. That's what I meant to talk about. Right.
like, what I'm talking about here, though, is, like, there's not, like, a whole lot, I guess, kind of being, like, talked about. Like, not a whole, like...
No, it is.
They
It's
do
giving a lot.
I think
It
it's
is
both.
giving a lot, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, in terms of, like, I guess, how do you depict that, like, visually?
Yeah.
I think it's both.
Where you have, like, where he's like, yo, like, these guys dreamed and stuff. Like, it's, like, that type of stuff, like, because obviously, like, you probably seen, like, Half Moon is, like, the D clan. Right.
I've seen
And
half
the
moon
mo-
is the decon. I've seen full moon is Lunarians,
Okay.
and then half moons I was saying Skypians is what I'd seen.
Why are they Half Moon?
Or I didn't look too.
People just, like, because Half Moon is, like, D and Smile. Like, it's, like, a
Oh,
half. Like,
That's half moon.
Yeah.
But sorry, so going back to sorry, you think it's both?
Yeah, I think with the mural that we're seeing is both the first and the second world.
Why?
Just based off of what that looks like.
You don't,
Anytime-
you don't even think it's part of the third world?
Because anytime, well, it could be actually. I don't know. Maybe that's like somebody trying to like tell the future. But like the reason I say that is because we see somebody that looks like the sun god.
Yeah.
But anytime that we've seen his depiction, he hasn't had the smoke around his neck.
Yeah.
But in this picture, he has the
does.
smoke around the neck.
Yeah.
The only two people who've had the smoke around the neck in the depiction has been Joy Boy or Luffy.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
here's the reason why I'm saying, like, there's a clear cut difference is because the way they're working and the way that things are happening in the first world,
Mm-hmm.
where you have them going, like, you have this energy resource fueling, like, this all, like, it feels very cohesive on that side.
Right.
Mhm.
And then you see how it's like why is there a tree in the middle that's breaking it apart? And then you also have, like, this like, sea god, like, thing descending down,
Mm-hmm.
like, from the top, or whatever it is, like, from the top, right?
Well, the way I saw
Wouldn't
it,
you also say that that's Imu-sama?
could possibly.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which
Wouldn't you
Which
also
one?
say that this could also be Imu-sama?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen people
possibly.
say that.
I've seen that.
Where like this could be Imu-sama.
Yeah, so
but
what
then I've
yeah.
seen other people also say that this is also
So
Imu-sama.
so what I was thinking was, like, the reason, like, people were saying that this is Anisha, right?
Yeah.
So I think the reason he got banished is because he inadvertently ended up helping Imu and the Gorosei survive the first war, and that's why they banished him. Because he didn't, like, I guess, like, it's his fault for trusting them, but, like, he was, because it also shows, like, the Noah in that
Mhm.
like, underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they were both, like the way that the images are put together, I feel
Yeah.
like it was to show that he was, like, this vessel for, like, moving them, right?
Right.
And especially during a time of, like,
in here,
where it mattered.
like, who's the force god here? Is it the tree?
So the
And that's clearly
the forest god could be, like, you remember the devil fruit tree theory that's been
yeah,
there?
that people have been talking
Like,
about.
There's probably a huge shift from, like, what the first world was like to when the second world was, because, like, the second world could be, like, bearing the fruit, and that's
I
like all
think-
that tree,
okay,
all the whole,
so-
like. When
So
you
he
think,
says in the second world they say killed the sun or whatever, right?
let me can I continue?
Go ahead.
So, like,
I'm listening.
you know how Vegapunk's, like,
Yeah.
fruits are everyone, like, it's people's dreams.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, people didn't dream until the second world.
Mm.
Dreams weren't a thing.
Okay.
Like, nobody had a longing to do it. Like, if you even go back into, like, history, like, when, like, peasants and stuff, like, whatever you were born into is what you were born into. You didn't actually dream of, like, oh, I want to be, like, an
I think you
astronaut, or I want to be a philosopher. Like, people weren't just
Right.
dreaming about that.
Okay,
And it was
what-
almost crazy for you to
what
think about, like,
what-
dreams.
But what about, like, that's only if you're a peasant. Anyone
but
above that-
realistically, like,
anyone above that would have dreams.
but so what
And that's
so-
if majority, like, and that's if, bro, that's if the world even worked in a currency manner. Like, we're talking about way back. It could have just been you grow your food and you make your food. So
I'm making the point of the devil fruits.
Okay.
Because like with Vegapunk's like explanation, we were also like enough people would have to believe in like a certain type of like thing for that to become a devil fruit, right? And even like the giants talk about how like even like the people that like believe in like this version of Nika today doesn't mean like that was actually what Nika was like back in the day. Like we have no idea. It's just like he just became the symbol of like liberation.
Right.
We don't actually know if he was this symbol or not, right? So then like that kind of changed based on like because of what the masses started to believe, right? So then like that's what I'm saying, like in the second world was when people started believing in like the actual freedom to like I guess like do what they want, and that's probably where like came Joy Boy with like showing people their freedoms and stuff, right? So I feel like the devil fruit tree is like becoming more and more of like a real like thing.
Theory.
Yeah.
But you think the forest god is the devil fruit tree, or that's something that came out after?
I feel like what if all the gods had a hand to play with like the creation of the devil fruit?
So like
if you had the sea god's wrath, like does it not make sense that like one god can oppose what the other god like gives?
Yeah.
Right. So then like if the sea god was like yo fuck like if you're giving everyone like these abilities and shit, like you're cut off from like the water.
Right, but then what are the other gods doing?
Well, they probably have something.
Why are they not opposing or not applying other restrictions? Like, you know what I mean? Because these are obviously worlds.
That's true. But like,
you know what I mean? So what I was just trying to get back at was like the second in the second like text, right? It says that what is it called? They killed the sun, right?
Man killed the sun. Man and became God.
And became God. That obviously in my head, that's obviously them obtaining devil fruits, right? They killed the sun, right? Which was an infinite source of energy, right? Which then became devil fruits.
But you could also
and
say
that's how
like,
they became gods because humanity didn't have powers before that. Like the human race was just.
You could also see it as like man killed the sun and became God is like this is when the Gorosei took the Holy Land. Like they took that place.
Okay.
Like closest to the sun.
Yeah, you could also
and like took over. Yeah. So
but the way I had seen it was they killed whatever the sun god was, and they killed the eternal flame or whatever this unlimited energy source was.
Yeah.
And then
like the mother flame.
And that created devil fruits, and then that's how man became God. But you're right, they could be talking specifically because the Gorosei at one point could have been human, right?
Yeah.
And they became gods.
Yeah.
Right. So then, like, because they're called the 5 elderly god stars or whatever.
Yeah, the stars. Yeah.
Stars, right? So then you could be talking about that too, how they took, the spot closest to the sun.
Yeah.
But then they would have taken it from. Did they talk about Lunarians in that one too?
I don't like
the second one.
Yeah.
No, that's what I see with the second one.
Okay.
But yeah, so when you look at like the depiction underneath the third world, it's a lot of like showing like different races together, alliance.
Yeah.
So like everyone's been talking about how it like mimics what could happen at the end of One Piece.
Of course, we're seeing
parallel
that.
there.
We're seeing that.
Which is why it's like that's why like it's like okay like this can very much be like split up into those 3 columns, but like I guess you could have like it doesn't really seem like the first world had like this war that went beyond like the 2 like the serpent and like whatever the other thing was the earth god and the serpent. Like it just seemed like beef between those 2.
Right, but what is like, and obviously people have talked about this, but like what was the serpent and where did this serpent come from?
Yeah, we have no idea.
Right, so a lot of people are saying, and I'm sure you guys seen this theory, that the serpent that fought the earth god ended up becoming the red line.
Oh, okay.
Like it wrapped around like after it was killed or defeated or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
It became the red line and it separated the world.
That's kind of cool. I fuck with
and
that.
Then after,
because it just goes more into like that fantasy aspect of
things.
It
separated the world. It like completely separated the world, right?
Yeah.
And so then like, the other thing is too like
people also saw like X's on it and shit, and they're like maybe that's dragon's devil fruit.
Oh, like a serpent?
Yeah. Because the way you have like the X's going on.
No, so obviously like we're gonna see a lot of parallels. Like there's a giant. We're gonna see the giants join Luffy. There's a robot. Frankie's gonna do some robot shit, right? Like we're gonna see, and then we don't even know what Loki's devil fruit is yet.
Yeah,
right?
I mean he could also have the serpent thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like he could have the ancient devil fruit of a serpent, like whatever it is, right? and like again, going back to like what we were saying is I thought like when I saw it I was like, oh, this was a battle that happened on Elbaf.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
It kind of did.
Oh no.
That's how I viewed it, bro. That's how I viewed it.
When you look at it,
Actually, Elbaf's kind of huge. Elbaf's huge.
Elbaf is massive.
Elbaf's
like,
huge.
like it's kind of huge. The fuck?
Yeah.
They're massive.
No,
So
that's true.
Elbaf is so big, and that tree to me resembled the World Atom tree, or like whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
World
I
Tree.
agree.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, this was a battle that happened on Elbaf, right? So I'm like, like obviously that's why the mural is here, because it was a battle that happened on Elbaf, and people like.
Well, Elbaf's also one of the only like untouched areas from back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they're not under the alliance
of
nothing.
the world.
So
government.
like
Well, what's
something like this can be tucked away and hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's to say that there couldn't have been like multiple world trees, and like the one that's last remaining is the one on.
No, that's true. That's true. You like 100% could be right.
Yeah.
I never thought of that, but yeah, you 100% could be right. Like, do I think it's likely? Probably not, but you could be right.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
but
also
what I was gonna say,
I don't know if I'm tripping, but like that right there, like that boat.
yeah, it's an L's.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay. Yeah. Cause and then you also have like lightning coming down.
Yeah.
So it's either like one is drawn like lightning because it's to show like for Skype shit.
Yeah.
But also like it's also created out of the wood from the same tree.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume.
So do you think
So that means it's been there since
then?
then.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, but didn't his arc Maxim? Enel was the one that created it though.
I think he just changed it up. No.
No, I think he
He
like,
created it from beginning to.
okay, because
Where did they get wood from?
We don't get context.
Or I guess they have from the trees, but did they harvest the trees?
Fuck you, Tom. Where did they get wood from?
That's
You're
hilarious.
you got.
No, sorry, I forgot. That's it. I was like, the Skype. Like,
But you're right.
No,
they should
that's
only have
why-
a finite amount of
No.
trees up there.
Right, but remember the Verth,
Yeah.
right? Enel had it was under his domain,
No, I know. He
right?
probably
So
could have.
all of those trees.
I just
are
don't
from
remember
that.
if he made the whole thing himself,
Mm-hmm.
or if like he was just trying to he was weaponizing the gold and shit and trying to
But what
he was working it into his powers.
But like what I was trying to get at was basically you're saying that there's the first world and the second world, right? And this is supposed to be the parallel of the final acts of One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
The third world is the parallel.
and the first world could be too, or the
I
second.
don't.
Why not?
Well, I think it could potentially work backwards
Yeah.
if it goes like that, where like
Okay.
they undo some of the shit happening in the first and second.
Like
world, but-
first they're gonna fight the Gorosei, right? Which is the depiction to the left,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then after they defeat the Gorosei, then they're gonna fight the actual gods.
I don't know, cause the thing is the way this is like, they talk
Because, yo,
the
the
way they
thing
talk
is-
about shit here. Cause
yeah.
you know how we're talking about like, the devil fruit and like the gods and like
Yeah.
what did they all do with the devil fruits if like
Yeah.
shit was happening.
Yeah.
Like in the first world where it says like, the sun god appeared, the earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire shrouded the world in death and darkness.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it's more about like what they brought into the world was like kind of like before them the world like maybe there wasn't chaos or negative emotions and stuff.
Okay.
And then after because they descended, that's when they brought in all this like it's kind of like opening like Pandora's box.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like type something like that. That's what I feel. So then like after they had their like
Beef.
they're kind of like they're gone. And now
They're
you
not
have
here.
yeah like because it's only the two of them really fighting.
Yeah.
Like
but
you have the
that's what I'm
earth
saying,
god
is-
fighting the
is-
serpent of hellfire, and then you just have the sun god descend, and then the second
Oh,
world.
the sun god died.
It doesn't say that. That's in the second world
Okay.
where they say like they slow.
Manslate
Yeah.
the sun or some shit.
Yeah.
Don't they say in the what do they say in the first world?
The whole thing.
Yeah. Say it again.
Within the earth there was fire.
Yeah.
Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun.
Oh.
The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared.
Okay.
The earth
Okay.
god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire, shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet.
Okay.
So here it makes it seem like
So
the earth-
basically.
the earth god and the
There was-
serpent are
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going up against the sun.
No. So basically, this is probably what happened, right? Like. They touched the forbidden sun,
Yeah.
right? In the first time they
So
tried.
what do you think that was?
That's what I'm
Touching
saying. The
sun?
forbidden sun and the sun in the second thing are
Yeah.
the same thing.
But what does it mean to touch the forbidden sun you think that's like eating a fruit, like some like Adam
No,
and Eve
no,
shit?
I
Or
think
you think that's them like
it's
the
a
Holy Land
precursor.
shit?
Huh?
Like you think that's like some Holy Land stuff?
No, I think it's a precursor. Like they basically were given this one rule, right? Like don't touch the what's it called? This infinite power source that's available to everyone.
Yeah, like the Mother Flame.
They
Let's
touched
just
it.
assume it's the Mother Flame.
Let's say they touched it.
Yeah.
They got mad. They're like, okay, fuck this shit. We're gonna do this shit.
So it's
again.
kind of like
Then the second time,
Who's that guy?
who's
Who's the guy that gave fire to like Prometheus? The guy that gave fire to
the humans.
Yeah.
Was it Prometheus? Probably. I think it was Prometheus.
Something like that.
So wait, so then would that, so off of that basis, the sun god has infinite power? Because then what's the division between saying that they touch the forbidden sun and who the sun god is? Like,
so they say he dies in the second one, right?
yeah.
Well,
All right.
they don't say the sun god specifically, but
They say the sun is slain
man killed the sun
Man killed the sun.
and
Okay.
became God.
and
So you
became
could
God.
say that like
Okay.
maybe there wasn't even a sun god.
No.
No.
Sorry. So let me backtrack. Let me
Okay.
backtrack. What I was trying to say was the sun that they touched initially was
Yeah.
the infinite power source. They killed that, and that power source then became devil fruits
I was seeing it like
Okay.
this. I was
So
seeing
mother.
it like,
So like assuming it's a mother
or
flame,
whatever it is.
because mother flames right now are the only thing that we know are infinite
Yeah.
and devil fruits.
yeah.
So there's something
So-
linking the two
Linking
of
So
them.
them, yeah.
and what I'm saying, sorry, you finish what you were saying. Now.
Well, I was like, that's where I'm confused of like, what is the sun, and then like, how does the sun god relate to the sun?
The sun, yeah.
So then is the sun god like somebody who was able to leverage the infinite power
Of
just,
the
like,
sun, yeah.
with nothing?
Well,
just be able
they're
to, like,
gods though. That's
But like, what made them god?
I don't
right?
know. Yeah, see,
Power,
yeah.
right? I was seeing it that the earth god was likely like Imu-sama. The sun god was sun
Yeah.
god Nika.
That's how I saw it too.
And then
I
in
saw
the
it too.
second world, the who is considered man is like Imu-sama that we see today.
Okay.
And then obviously Joy Boy was sun god
Yeah.
reincarnate.
Yeah.
Imu-sama stayed because he became god.
Right.
And then Joy Boy was slain, and then now we have Luffy, who is the new Joy Boy
Right.
sun god.
Right.
Nika,
Right.
in the third.
But what doesn't make sense to me is how the sea god got mad and is able to take away the devil fruit powers. Like how?
Mhm.
So because if
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's that's a power that's on a world scale and it affects pretty much everyone. Right.
But if you're going with the like that assumption of like the serpent became the red line,
Yeah.
if the sea god became the sea, it can
Was
choo-
there
it
no
can
sea before that?
like we don't even know what the continents look like,
Well,
right?
if the Noah's there must be a sea.
Yeah, but I
If
mean
there's
like
fishermen,
but I
there
mean
must have been a sea.
but I mean like if the sea god becomes the sea,
One with the sea.
like like it can also just reject.
No, so I
Because
was
there's,
thinking.
there's also that difference of like seawater and then regular water.
Right. But what I was saying is, I think the 4 different gods that they talk about
Yeah.
are 4 different entities who are actually godlike beings that had were just not
In what way?
in the
Like they're actually reality warping or something?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But obviously, each has their one area that they can affect, and they were in harmony.
And they're physical embodiments at first, or they're like more like vague, like things.
Things, yeah.
And then
yeah.
when they decide to take form,
Yeah.
is when like what they're showing here.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what
before
you're
they didn't
saying?
have a form, and then they came into a form, kind of. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say. The only
That's
thing.
some Lord of the Rings type shit.
The only thing. It's older, bro. The only thing is
Nah, that's Tolkien.
the only thing is the thought that I had was you know how Luffy wants to be the freest person ever.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Actually, we don't really know, but like
It's something to do with freedom, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something to
But like continuing with that.
continue that, right? What's the one thing that can restrict his freedom?
These freaking gubbies, bro.
No, generally, the only thing that can kind of restrict his freedom
Is the sea?
is the sea.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Okay.
So what if his dream is yo, I want to
Swim?
huh?
Yeah.
No. Not I want to swim, because he doesn't like he likes being able to do everything,
Yeah.
right? And he doesn't want anything like restricting him, right? So it's not that I want to swim. It's I think because he had that dream before he ate the devil fruit, no, or was it after? I don't know.
He told Shanks about that dream like
Yeah, he did.
back then.
Yeah.
Before the devil fruit.
It would have been after the devil fruit, but it would have been at that same time, and that's when he kind of just realized that like, oh shit, like this is the guy. This your boy.
So
This would have been
Right.
before Shanks lost his arm though.
Mm-hmm.
right, that's after he eats the devil fruit.
Well, yeah,
Shanks-
It's like in between.
Yeah, in between.
yeah. It'd be like
But-
we wouldn't really know because
Okay, just basically.
in film Red
Yeah.
they show how like Shanks kind of made multiple trips coming back
Yeah.
and forth to that like village. So like.
I don't know. Like the way it says it, like within the earth there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun.
Yeah, so
The way that I see it is like the earth god is.
I see it as like technological advancement. Like you
Yeah.
kind of like Icarus like flew too close
Yeah,
to the
it's just-
sun,
Yeah.
and then like
the sun
that
god
like
appeared.
Yeah.
did some.
But
shit.
like Icarus in the sense was whoever was before Imu-sama is the way I see it, and they would be the earth god,
What if there wasn't really like any gods?
and
then?
mankind. Well, they talk about it.
No, but what if
the
like
earth god.
these are assuming these are gods? Like even Nika, like they're assuming this is like a sun god.
Right.
Like,
Like how,
what if- what if-
Enel,
what if-
like how Enel was portrayed as a
Sure,
god
sure.
and he wasn't actually.
But
a
these
god.
but what if these guys aren't actually gods and then they're just like
But what
assuming this because of like they just showed some crazy power and they're like, oh damn, these guys are
yeah,
gods,
yeah.
right?
That's why I would.
So, like-
that's why I'm assuming that whoever was before Imu was ruling the earth, making
Okay.
him the earth god.
Okay.
So then he forced mankind to go touch the fucking fire,
Okay.
and then we had somebody who came who could wield the fire, who became
Okay.
the sun god, based off of being able to touch the sun, infinite energy source.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying somebody became like a pseudo god by using this like source.
Yeah,
Yeah.
using the energy source. Yeah.
So then moving forward, when it became time for like devil fruits, you had Imu-sama who probably took the earth god's power, and then you had Joy Boy who took the sun god's power.
Okay. So
What
we're
about the
we're
forest
saying
god and
so
the
we're
sun
saying like
god?
the sun god and the earth god are like the strongest ones.
Up in the air. Yeah, yeah.
But it's like every time you touch this infinite power source, you potentially get a power. Is what you're kind of getting at, right?
That's kind of like that's like so.
No, I feel like it'd
it's,
be
there's
more.
a difference between like them being the because they're all devils now. Like the Gorosei guys are all devils,
Yeah.
not devil fruits, right? So then like, is there a distinction with like the Mother Flame will give you access to like the actual like thing itself and you become
But the
that,
thing is, the
Mm.
thing
or
is,
is that like
but in the
because it
in the
wouldn't
second
be
world,
just a devil.
no, but it
fruit,
says
like,
in the second world,
Mm.
the Earth God controlled the devils,
Now we're gonna look at this.
right? So then that would play into Emu controlling their devils.
The forest god tamed demons, and the sun
Demons,
spread the
okay.
fires of war.
Okay,
So you-
demons. So
so you
they
could
could be demons. Like the Emu could be like.
Well, the forest god tamed demons. You could say that if the forest god is Emu, the demons would be like the Gorosei.
Gorosei.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because
Because that's why they're all like the way that they're all linked to him. Also, given like the newest chapter
Yeah.
with like the mark,
Yeah.
like if that's a way to like tame, like if that's
The
a con,
mark?
the mark,
Yeah.
like because you know how like the summoning circle,
Yeah. Yeah.
it requires a mark for you to come through.
Oh yeah, you have to have a mark on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then
okay,
like if
yeah.
all the Gorosei have marks on them,
Yeah.
that explains why Emu was like able to just go like this and Saturn
Bring
just
them back.
fucking just
Yeah.
was gone.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So then like that could be like in terms of like that dictatorship type of thing, where he kind of had everyone just like have this mark on them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like showing his power of like I'm a god, even though he's not actually a god. He's just like pretending to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then what does it say? What does it say about the third world?
Within the chaos, there was emptiness. The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. So that's like giving me like Will of D, like
Will of
decline
D
shit
clan,
right there.
okay.
That's why like it kind of goes into like the other thing of like saying
Right.
the half moon dreamed.
Yeah.
After that, it says the sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, which is probably the dawn.
Romance Dawn. Yeah.
And they will surely meet. So from all the other ones, they said they will never meet, and they will.
Right,
never
but
meet.
who's the they they're talking about? Like who's supposed to meet?
I think these like they will never meet is like, Because I saw people making this like
comparison
to Kuma and Luffy.
Okay.
Because like they never met again after like Kuma saved them. They never met again, and I was like, that's such a like crazy thing because if it like relates into this as well, I was like, holy fuck. But I think them saying like they will never meet is like you could I think of it like more like more fantasy like where the gods became something and like because that they never met or just like they just served their purpose and they died and like they knew what they were doing when they like gave up their lives and that's like saying like and they will never meet because like you know they did it for like some future where they think like maybe like it'll get better or something, which I feel like that's kind of like more along the lines of like where it went. So I feel like because like I think it's more about like you know like Nika's followers or like Joy Boy's followers and stuff like that, and like yeah because at the end when it says like and they will surely meet, it's like that I'm like I don't really know
what if it's freedom,
like meeting means that it's freedom. Yeah, it could be like that
because what the sun god Nika is like the warrior of liberation.
Yeah.
So he never met liberation, but in the end, in the third world, he will meet freedom. Yeah.
Because the thing is, let's say
that could be true.
Because what if really because like
because if you take it literally, you would just think like it just means like the earth and the sun god just never meet.
Because
and you could just take that and you could just take it at face value.
Because each of the first two worlds they failed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they never met.
But like why? Why did they fail, right? Like in the first world, you have four different gods or whatever, and you have humanity, right? So
I think with the like because of how much Oda uses history and stuff. Yeah. I think we can really use like the first world as like how like peasants like with the stuff I was talking about before. Like we can really use that as like a guiding thing where like you could kind of say like when mankind touched the sun was almost like the Renaissance. Where they actually started bringing ideas and like all this shit.
No, but you could say gained intelligence.
Yeah.
They gained intelligence.
Yeah.
So they were just stupid before and they gained intelligence.
Yeah, and they're just vibing, just fucking doing nothing before.
Like a caveman sees fire.
They were just enjoying life and shit. But then also part of gaining intelligence is also like realizing like how bad the situation is too, right? Like realizing like basically like it's not just like rainbows and shit. It's actually like it's tough out here. You know?
No, like, but it's like why?
But like
why? Okay, like why was the world like that when the four gods were ruling it?
But
we don't know what they were ruling.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they were running shit, obviously.
It just says the Earth God was running it.
What does it say? The Earth God ruled.
Within the Earth there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared. The Earth God raged. And with its
serpent of
hellfire.
This is like a story in itself being told there, right? So before they got enslaved, they touched the forbidden sun, right?
This is what it
seems. Before that,
I felt like they were enslaved.
This is what it seems like.
No, that's how I viewed it.
Now that you like reread it like 6-7 times, I'm starting to understand.
You understand it?
Yeah.
I understand it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, no. So I feel like what happened is like. The world's obviously like shit.
Yeah.
Peasants don't really know like anything. Like just think the world's shit, whatever, right? But obviously, like there's like a hierarchy to things, and the ones that are enslaved, they don't really know what to pray to, except for the sun, because that's the highest point in the sky. One thing that they're like, yo, like kind of like take us out of this like suffering. Like if I'm born into this world to just do this, like take us out, right?
Yeah.
So then, like I feel like. The way it said the enslaved prayed and the sun god appeared, I feel like that was like
the first manifestation.
That's the first manifestation, yeah.
Of a devil fruit?
Yeah, like of having something like show up like that.
Yeah.
Because like nobody collectively had ever like thought of something.
That's
together.
their first sense of dreaming.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I was thinking about it like?
Okay, fine.
When you started talking like that, I was like, "There's some Nissan Al-Gaib shit."
Yo. I just watched Dune 2 again, actually. I was laughing my ass off.
But, basically, what I was going to say was, is there no other force god, like, in the point of the first world where the Earth God is having humanity enslaved,
Yeah.
What are the other gods doing?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's
And
why.
so-
That's why I feel like it's people just assume this person's a
Is it
god. Because also like back then, like people were self-appointed. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this family's like the rightful family.
Yeah.
Like, and now like you have Queen Elizabeth, who's still like fucking, you know, R.I.P. yesterday. Like, you know, like you got like these royal lineages that like they're really only royal because like they're fucking holding it down at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
And people
but
just
what
assume
I'm
that they were
trying
like
to say is
God ordained and shit.
But what
right?
I was saying was like, I think we're gonna see the Force God, Earth God, Rain God, whatever, and Nika's gonna kill them all,
Luffy's just gonna murder
like
everybody?
the Sea God.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think like
and that way, like, it won't because even if like, how does Luffy free everyone?
Yeah, fuck the world government.
Okay, let's say he does. Let's say he does.
I think
How does
no, I think,
how
I think
in the
they're-
future do you stop someone
I think
like,
they're- I think
like
they're-
Blackbeard to like rule the world and enslave everyone?
I think the real way he frees everyone is like
It's something beyond
no,
that.
it's
It
about
has to
it's
be.
about spreading the true history. It's about
That's
spreading like
true.
what the information
Yeah,
is.
Even
you
then,
tell the
Like
truth.
having everyone understand like what's actually happening and how they're all controlled in some
That
way.
is freedom.
I think that's the freedom. Like it's like the
Yeah.
freedom for them to choose like who they want to follow,
Mm-hmm.
not being like because they're being forced to follow the government and like think that the Marines are good and pirates are bad. As
Right,
of right
but
now,
it's
like,
like-
they're being very
it's like-
controlled.
It's like, how do I explain this? Basically, someone could manipulate things and to get into power and make like a.
But what would
Yeah,
be power?
but who's gonna keep them in power?
Yeah.
How do
what's
they
power?
keep power? Like you might be living out of fear.
But that's what like.
But, like, how did-
what
like-
I'm saying is Luffy. The reason why I said Luffy has to kill the gods is he's gonna get rid of Devil Fruits. Like by the end of the series, there's gonna be no like I think Devil Fruit powers.
Also though,
Because that's where the discrepancy comes from. Do you know what I mean? Or any sort of like outer power.
no, because if you have
See
if you
that.
Zoro has no devil fruits.
No, but I'm saying like.
Like people without devil fruits are still gonna be fucking like top dog. Like what are you supposed to do against those guys? Like I don't think
Hockey's
devil
still a thing.
like devil fruits aren't gonna really like make or break that. I think like maybe it's like access to like devils in general,
Yeah.
like just like with the Gorosei, because what the Gorosei can do is like way fucking crazier than what like regular devil fruits are doing. Like their regen factor is fucking
Is insane.
and I don't know if that's them or if it's like there's the summoning circle like shit
Mhm.
contract that they have with Emo or whatever. But like
I want to talk more on that, but like, are we done talking about this in Euro? Do anyone have anything else to say?
I mean,
it said like in the second world it says within the void there was breath. Like what is within the void there was breath? Like what?
like that the way I see that is because that would be the first void century. So then you had breath, which would be like
What is breath though?
life.
I see this two.
Life?
I see this two.
That-
Yeah, breath is life.
or,
But
like,
I see it in
devil
two
fruits,
ways.
or,
I
like,
see it in
what?
two ways.
That's
But
like-
this relates to the latest chapter.
Sun God Nika, Joy Boy.
This relates to the latest chapter though.
The breath is Joy Boy.
Like it's
it's like he just took like it's his new like. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
But
That
I
makes sense.
think so. Two things. I think
That's notable. Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
That makes
What
the
you're
most
saying
sense. That makes the most
sense.
sense.
The other thing was like in the void there was breath, right? Where are they getting this energy source from? It looks like they're coming from somewhere down under, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, because it looks like they're grabbing it from like the city off to the side.
No, they're going down.
No, I know, but it looks like they're grabbing it from the city, like somebody's passing it along
Oh, maybe.
from the side from the city down inward to like.
No, but it's coming from somewhere, right? Like it's a circle. Like it's
Oh,
literally
yeah,
a circle.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Sure?
saying? It's moving in a circle.
Yeah, but it's coming from somewhere in the city,
How do you?
and
It's
they're
going,
passing it down, and then it goes back up. So it seems like it's almost like you're taking like an apple, you're bobbing it in water, and then you're giving it to someone.
Fantastic.
Like
Fantastic. Great analogy. Love
So what
it.
you're doing is
Love
you're taking this fruit, you're dipping it in some devil shit, and then you're bringing it back out.
Okay, but basically what I was gonna say is. Yo, why are you still laughing? Yo? And, like you're just holding it in too. Like I don't know why'd you just laugh, bro.
I cooked.
All right. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that yo.
He's so happy. He's so proud of
Yeah.
To continue.
So in the latest chapter, they talk about the abyss.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what they mean by there was breath in the void. They're talking about breath in the abyss. Whatever the abyss.
Abyss.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm just on the abyss.
Yeah.
Me and my homies in the abyss.
It's Ibiza. But no, like the breath that showed up in the abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time saying that.
So
basically, I think that was demons.
The breath that showed up in the abyss.
they mentioned demons before, though.
In that same second world,
Yeah.
they're like, in the abyss there was breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, 100%.
Right?
100%.
And I'm saying that life that was in the abyss is demons. And like
Okay.
like the void. They say void.
But you're saying demons, like you're saying like demons, Gorosei demons? Or you're
Gorosei
saying
demons.
like
I'm saying Gorosei demons.
You think these guys were going to hell, stealing the fucking fire from hell, and coming back?
Like whatever this abyss is, like it's definitely like because in the latest chapter they talk about how they have to move through the abyss to get to where they are. So it's like I feel like it's like another dimension.
Yeah.
What if?
Right? It's
What
like
if?
some
what if?
other shit.
It's definitely an otherworldly
Okay.
power.
Yeah,
happening
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what if in the first world, what they were doing was they were going into the abyss, coming back out,
Yeah.
stealing whatever they had to from
Right.
the abyss.
Right.
But then afterwards, in the second world, they actually just took access to the abyss.
But you know, like, what the fuck? Like, what's the ring around them?
I don't
You know what I mean?
They're like a
What if
ring.
they're dying?
They could be. I don't know.
They're descending into
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
And they're coming back with some fucking fluff.
Maybe
And that's why.
they're
angel.
maybe
There's
they're
an angel.
all.
We're spinning.
Whoa,
Yeah.
also think about it this way. Count the people.
Okay.
You have like when you
It's 16, 18, whatever.
no when you look at like just these ones. No, not like that. I didn't mean like that. Like so when you have like you have the four on the land.
We need
right?
this mural up here so they know what the fuck we're talking
Yeah, yeah.
about. Like we'll just put it here.
So you have four people like next to the building on land.
Yeah.
Only two of them are holding the sparkly star thingy out of the four, right?
Right.
But then if you look at the 3-4 that are descending, none of them are holding anything. They have 3 of them have halos, but you have one person handing over the star, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what if they had to sacrifice 3 people for that energy source to bring it back out of the abyss?
Wait,
You
no,
know what I
that
mean?
shit makes sense. Look at where the serpent's coming from.
From down below?
It looks like it's coming from the same town, no? Kind of.
Yeah, it is.
vicinity.
It is.
Yeah.
What if that town is just hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the serpent is like was
It's
like
like a serpent of hell or something.
yeah, like a serpent of hell.
It is serpent of
So
hell.
that's-
It's insane.
Yeah.
No, but like
Serpent of hellfire.
yeah,
This
so
is it,
the
bro.
abyss. Yeah.
The abyss is fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
I know, but-
We
okay.
spat, bro. Put this
Yeah.
shit right here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's just-
Yeah,
like,
Zoro's gonna
it
move
kinda-
that shit.
it kinda-
Okay.
No, but I feel like because sacrifices were a big thing back in the day,
Yeah.
especially when you had the altar Skypia, where they were still trying to sacrifice
Yeah.
People.
To the serpent.
to the serpent god. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, we
So then,
just
like-
broke this mural down, bro.
That's why I feel like that's why the reason why 3 of them have halos is because those were the people they were giving up, and then they're coming back with whatever this energy source.
Energy sources.
So the way that it's like an infinite energy source, like the mother flame is an this kind of reminds me of like Fullmetal Alchemist when
Yeah.
they do
equivalent exchange.
sorry
Equivalent exchange.
no when they do the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a mass of just fucking human bodies,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and people just think it has infinite source.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably what the mother flame is like whatever the source is.
Yeah.
Which is-
They're condensing, like they're exchanging human lives for the source, and they're now weaponizing and
Right.
using the source.
But explain to me.
How they're doing it?
No, not even that, bro. Like, if you sacrifice one giant, how many humans is that equal to?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the different races, because of how long they live,
Yeah.
their life forces are all different. That's a
100%,
different source
but
of
also,
energy.
but also, I don't think all races were equally dominated by let's just say emu for now.
But why is this mural on a giant island?
Because it's just depicting the history, right?
Right, but-
And from like their perspective, a kid drew this.
Right, but so
Right.
you're saying only humanity was being dominated by
Well,
the Earth God. I thought it was every
Well-
race. I thought it was
it
everyone.
could be every-
The thing,
I thought it was every
but
race.
the thing is, if giants were also being dominated,
Yeah.
how did they ever break free? Really,
Well, I mean, in
like,
that-
wouldn't they
that-
continue to be dominated? Like, how did they?
Yeah.
Like, even when like they had like they talk about like the ancient kingdoms having their like alliance and all this shit. Like, why were these guys just never part of like none of this shit?
Because I think they were the ones most closely associated with the sun god.
Yeah, so that's also why I don't think they were actually like part of this. Like,
No. So hold
scheme.
on. Let's like backtrack real quick. Do you think prior, like in the first world, that every race exists, or there was only humanity?
No, I think they all existed, but again, it's like
Because
you
now,
don't-
now,
but do they have a means of like talking to each other and all this shit?
Like now, it's making me think that there was only humanity, and like
The moon people showed up, and then the people from hell showed up, and so on and so forth.
possibly. But I was saying like your relation to sun, like the sun god, is what morphed your physiology. Like relations to different gods is what morphed your physiology.
like evolutionary change.
Or like whatever. Like so, people close to the sun gods were the giants, so they like became giants or whatever, or like
I
ancient
also-
giants, right? And then like you could say people close to the sea god were fishermen, so they became fishermen.
But
People
okay,
closest to
also-
Wouldn't you say that the fucking giants could be closer to the whatever hell because of the horns?
think about it this way too.
they
though.
could, yeah. Okay, sure. Let's
Until
say,
until the big
whatever the hell god is.
until the big pirate rush.
Serpent, you think? I don't know.
Until the big pirate rush though, like people weren't seeing other species like that like 24/7,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like unless you were a pirate or like a traveler like Noland or something,
Yeah.
you weren't actually meeting other species and other people,
But
right?
I'm saying
So then, like, when you're talking about, like, yeah, okay, there could be other species. Like, I get you, like, the evolutionary thing. That's kind of cool.
yeah,
I
because
feel
then it
like-
would explain like it would change a lot of things like where minks come from.
But
where
that
everyone
makes it
comes
seem
from.
like they're all, like they're all
Variations of
together
them.
on one continent or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
easier to control.
That is true.
That's fair.
Well, I
Could
mean,
be.
I'm just confused of like those of the half moon and those of the moon.
I think
Does that not
I think
imply
I
some
think the
people
moon
came
is
from the moon?
I think moon
Yeah.
is celestial dragons.
But no, moon is I think Lunarians. That makes sense to me.
So
the
where'd they come
Lunarian-
from?
Huh?
Where'd they come from?
I
These
don't know.
moon people.
But the thing is, there are people on the moon. I know he's on the moon.
Exactly.
And
So
he has
then, like,
people with him.
So then, like, could we
Those
not
are
just say
the
that there's
moon
people that came from the moon?
Facts.
What's the point of
And
saying?
then
Yeah, but what's the
They
point of saying?
crossbred.
Yeah,
So then that's where you get the half moon and the moon.
yeah, that makes sense too.
What's the point of saying the half moon dreamed and the moon dreamed? Besides the fact that dreams become devil fruits. Like, how big do these, I guess, like races or whatever these people are, like the half moon and the moon, have to be for it to be such a big thing to be documented?
Like, what if?
You know?
Because you know how
Like, the decline must have
yeah.
been fucking crazy huge for that
Yeah.
to be one.
Yeah.
And we know that can, like, it's diverse because it even seeps its way into, like, giants,
you know what?
right?
You think that, like, I mean, we've talked about this before, but do we think the people from the moon are the celestial dragons?
It's possible.
There was that theory.
That they're actually
the whole
not from
astronaut
Earth. The whole
fits and
astronaut
everything.
fits is because they're actually from.
I think
But the thing is, I
and
don't.
that's why they don't crossbreed.
I think like, and it could be very possible that like they used to dream as well,
Mm-hmm.
but because they're like so easy to control, and like they got their shit like that like now they no longer like dream. They just like sit there controlled like,
Yeah.
fucking. I want sweets. I want this. I want slave. Like I don't know. Like.
Yeah.
So moving into the next couple chapters,
Yo.
we'll just
I just kind of realized, like, because the Celestials are given everything that they, like, think of,
yeah.
they never get a chance to actually dream for something.
Yeah.
Because they're instantly, like, they're never, like,
It's
no...
instant gratification.
Yeah, like, they don't
Yeah.
actually get a chance to, like, dream about it. But
I
maybe,
guess.
like, do they hold some type of power
It depends.
in terms of, like, dreaming?
They probably do.
They probably do.
Like, in the sense of, like, let's say,
He's
like...
probably dead.
Like, let's
Because
say...
it's not like, bro, they can't, like, let's say a celestial dragon's like, oh, I want the quake fruit.
No, what I meant
Now I'm
was...
just gonna dream about it all the time.
No, what I meant was, like...
Because you can't get it, bro.
let's say like the half moon, they're very tied in with Nika, and they tend to believe in like this warrior of liberation or something. Like they're just maybe it's like the qualities or something about them that just like people that have the D just end up having like
Mm-hmm.
The D.
just some type of like I don't know like predisposition of like
DreamWorks.
just dreaming about like Nika, like you know, and what he can offer him. But like
Monkey Dreamer Luffy.
no, but like so like it could also be that like something like Celestial Dragons like they have like their own like little cult fucking family thing, right? They could potentially be the ones who like dream of like the sea god, and maybe like the reason why we haven't seen the sea god or it's been like gone for so long is because the Celestial Dragons have been tamed.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like they haven't been. Nobody's been able to like the sea god would have been like their kind of like warrior of like liberation or something, like the person that they would have believed in. Because what's the
That's
point of
weird.
making this distinction of like the half moon dreamed and the full and like the moon dreamed? Like why are you? Like besides like that doesn't make anything. Like you could have just the sentence could also just been the people of the half moon dreamed.
Maybe it's to talk about like actual
Right.
like descendants. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so talk about different people. Though.
Different-
like different races. I
like
think.
now we're not just talking about mankind. There's
Yeah.
like a different race.
Yeah,
Where there's
The
now a
half
distinction
moon.
between mankind.
The half moon.
it's breed. He's saying like Lunarian plus human.
Oh, like
That's
hybrids?
half moon.
Oh,
That-
you're saying specifically just Lunarians and
Well, because the Lunarians were,
Whatever
like,
were the
or whoever
originals.
the original people from the moon are.
Yeah.
well, no, because you can take it more like ambiguous of like maybe like half moon is more like interspecies.
Like for every
Everything?
species, they're
Yeah.
just considered
Yeah.
half moons.
Okay. Could
Yeah, like that.
Maybe.
Like
And every whole is
Like
called
rather than just calling
is
them
like
half
purebred. Yeah.
like half bloods or half breeds.
Yeah,
you
There's
just
yeah.
they're called
Yeah.
call them
half
half
moon.
moons.
Yeah.
It's
Like
like
think
it's a
think,
drug.
think about like back
That's crazy.
think about like back then too, right? Like they're not using the same terminology
No,
for certain
of
things.
course not.
Yeah.
So I think like we can be
So
a
then
little
would
like,
you say
loose
that,
with
like,
some of the
the-
stuff.
So
right?
okay, but then would you say that like the people of Earth are actually the people from the moon? That's why they're called moon people.
Maybe like
Then
it
why
could
would
be
we
that
call
way,
them
but it
moons?
could also be like the same way that like people look to the sun and pray, like people look up to the moon's also the only other thing in the sky. So then like what if the moon was like another way of them like maybe they thought the moon was another god or something that like gave them life,
Well,
and now everyone thinks they're like like the moon is what put them here or
But-
something.
but
like,
I
you know what I
think-
mean? Like it's like
possible
they could
because
think
like
of the
they
moon in
wiped
so
out
many
all
different
history.
ways.
But wouldn't it also be like? I think it's actually like really possible to say that like because they kind of changed everything after the First World,
yeah,
that like it's quite possible that the people from Moon actually did come.
actually they come down.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Celestial
like,
Dragon theory is very plausible.
Because
but,
we
like,
don't know how many people survived the First World.
No, we
If,
don't.
or if
Not at all.
everyone did.
And we-
Or
and-
if everyone died.
And
Exactly.
we don't know how many people got sacrificed, and if they're the ones who
But see, that's
and
that's
that's
the
what
thing,
created
though.
the mother.
That's
flame.
that's why I was saying that they're actual gods. Because if everybody in the first world died,
Yeah.
how did humanity come back? Like who?
Adam and Eve.
Moon. These Moon motherfuckers.
Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark.
Like they survived?
Oh,
Well, we
yeah.
don't know Noah's
I'm
Ark
saying
was a
I was
thing.
saying everyone
Oh,
died.
word, yeah.
And we know we have like
Whatever was
we
on
have
the,
like
whatever was
those
on,
animals
yeah,
and shit.
whatever
So
was
we-
on the Noah's Ark
so-
is what survived the First World.
Yeah, yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
And then everyone else was used to like mass produce this fucking energy.
Right. So then why would they say in the void there was breath? Like, is it talking about?
I very much think like he's like on like the right train of like Joy Boy.
Joy Boy?
Cause like when you're saying within the void there was breath, like that also makes it seem like kind of like when hope was lost, like there was
Like
some
within
like
darkness there was
yeah,
light,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might like and then Joy Boy is just kind of like that. As far as we know, is like that image of like hope for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like as far as I can go with that. The forest god tamed demons and some spread the fires. Yeah, like
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That was crazy though. Like, think about how long ago Joy Boy was like in that bitch, and his hockey was still in Imith.
yeah. So like
that's
here
absurd.
in the third world, they even
Who's
say
that
like.
guy?
The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. These inconvenient remnants, they're probably the Gorosei. Inconvenient. Like, they're the only ones from back then, the remnants.
They say they recall the what of that?
They recall the promised day, the dawn. They're the only ones that know about this dawn. Nobody else knows about this shit. Like, maybe the Elbaf and Wano guys do.
Mm-hmm.
But like again, it's when it's saying inconvenient remnants, and this is telling from like an Elbaf point of view. It would seem that the inconvenient remnants would be like the demons or like
Could it
the
also
Gorosei.
not just be inconvenient to whoever is like currently ruling
Yeah,
the world?
But the voice of the
Yeah.
Half Moon, is that not the D clan, or is that
No,
not
we don't know.
like
we
would
don't
you
know.
would you not say like the voice of the Half Moon is like I would think it's, if it is the D clan, like it makes sense that the voice of the Half Moon is kind of like it's echoing like Joy Boy or like Nika or something.
No, because full
In a
moon
way.
could also mean fisherman.
Why?
Because the moon affects the tide, so they're people of the full moon.
But what is the Half
Or
Moon?
even minks. Minks are people of the full moon as well. They go swimming.
Yeah, but this is the
Right,
They,
so
don't
it's
think this
like-
is they hear the voice of the Half Moon,
It's such a huge like
but we don't have an answer for Half Moon. There's
half
answers
moon.
for
I think is
moon.
hybrid, bro.
Which hybrids? Like we haven't really been introduced.
All hybrids
Okay, look at the
are
general.
called half moon.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, because this third world paragraph almost seems like the way they're saying that inconvenient remnants part is
Mhm.
like because the Gorosei are literally scared of another Nika happening, and that's exactly what that's like reminding me of. That's why I feel like the Half Moon thing has to be tied into Nika or like Joy Boy in some way.
But couldn't this
It might
also,
not be them because it's the sun
couldn't
god.
this
but
also
it's
be
like,
people who know the truth about the Void Century? They're inconvenient too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well,
Because the
okay.
other
So
thing is
also, what if Nika wasn't even the sun god? Because remember how
Yeah.
he's saying like, but he wasn't even a liberation thing. That's just what he is now.
Yeah.
So like, it could have been something that got like flipped over time.
But like when they say inconvenient remnants, to me that sounds like whatever was left over from the Void Century and so on.
Yeah.
Like the people that know about Nika, like the murals, the books,
Yeah.
Roger's crew.
You're saying
they
that's
know-
inconvenient.
That's
to
inconvenient
the Gorosei.
to the Gorosei. Yeah.
But that's if they were the ones who had written this. But this is on Elba. That's what I'm saying. It's from the perspective
it's-
of them. No.
But it's just told as a story rather than like this is my perspective. I believe this side or I believe that side.
Yeah.
It's
But it's like it's
kind of
uh,
it's kind of told like unbiased. I would say.
potential. Yeah, like it's a narration in
Yeah.
a way. But it's like somebody had to have like written it,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever had written it, or also kept the book safe would have had to been somebody who survived from the first to the third world or had passed down that story or
Passed it
whatever.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of hard to not have the bias there. And if you're gonna say like inconvenient remnant, that's kind of like biased already in saying it that way. Because who is it inconvenient?
so that's
to?
why, bro.
You know?
That's why I
Well,
thought
the victor
like,
usually writes history. Right?
Yeah, and but then
But then you're saying the Gorosei left his book in the in Elbaf.
Well,
and
it
just,
was-
like, didn't even care?
the thing is that's why I would think the war took place on Elbaf.
And this is just
Like
nobody
these are
came-
things that got left behind, and that's why I was like, yo, it makes sense why like whatever this shit that happened, it took place on
Like,
or around Elbaf.
I like the idea that like it took place on Elbaf and everything's like together and tight knit. It makes sense with like just all the different cultures and everything too.
Yeah.
But like, if you're the Gorosei and all that shit was from Elbaf, would you not just fucking nuke Elbaf to get rid of anything that even has like a remote chance of like?
I think
No,
still
because
big
they
to-
probably have to like. This is like
They just nuked Lucia, bro.
I think
That's
I think
now.
Elbath is too big to
nuke,
Mm.
and also they got that power now,
No, that's true.
like or maybe within the last 100 years.
No, they for sure they
You know
got.
what I'm saying? The
They
rest of
could have done it
history,
before though.
I don't
In the
think
first
so.
Well, because
Probably.
Vegapunk talks about like when they did it before,
Oh, I guess yeah, in the void
and his,
before the
in
void
his end
century.
message before he dies.
Yeah.
But they did it before the Void Century?
Well, he just
So
talks
when they
because he talks about the sea rising and all that shit, and he
Yeah.
talks about how like
our assumption is that every time they do something like that, they're destroying.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he talked about how
Okay.
like it moved up like crazy in like the
sea
Void
level,
Century.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
so
just
then
destroying-
why wouldn't if they had like at that point they had access to like way more Mother Flame,
Mhm.
why wouldn't they have used it to just fucking just nuke the shit out of Elbaf? Because right now
I
they
don't
just
think they can.
why not?
I don't think they can take it out. Like the tree?
Just
The-
well the whole line like all of it.
No. I don't think they can. Like they can try, but I don't think they
Elbaf's just that crazy.
can. That tree is
Yeah.
fucking like you can't take it out.
That's
That
fair.
bark is too strong.
That's right. But then what did they like? What else did they choose to get rid of? Would like something that like made the sea rise that crazy?
Yeah.
What else? If you're saying everything originated on Elbaf,
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else out there would have been crazy enough for them to just like nuke the fuck out of?
No, because people could have left Elbaf.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna
leave.
raise like was it 200 meters?
Yeah.
How many things could they really nuke like that? Like what? Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Like the islands, the number of islands.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, but that means they're gonna nuke like 50 different islands.
Okay.
Well, because
instead of just nuking Elbaf 50 times.
I mean, even if it was somebody that like, even if it didn't take place on Elbaf, and whoever wrote this was a survivor who witnessed it all.
Yeah.
They could still take an unbiased like standpoint. You're telling because it's told as a story rather than like just fact history.
Yeah.
If you kind of get what I mean, it's not like a textbook. It's
Yeah.
more of like it's more of a storybook.
Mm-hmm.
That part where it says the inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voices of the half moon, I think that makes sense that it is the people that know of the sun god.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that are looking forward to the promised day.
Exactly.
Right. The what would you call them? The fucking Gorosei and Imusama. They're dreading the promised day. They don't want the promised day to happen.
Yeah.
They're doing whatever they can. So to me, that makes sense that like.
Yeah.
The inconvenient remnants are like this. Like this would be inconvenient. The fact that the history's there.
Oh really?
Gold Roger, when he found out that what the history actually was, he would be inconvenient. He would be an inconvenient remnant.
Why though?
Because he now knows the truth.
But you're saying it's inconvenient to
the Gorosei, Imusama, and like the people that are ruling.
Yeah. Like
but he's just wondering why that person would write that.
Like that in itself.
Well, we know right after. We know right after why. The
sun
god dances and laughs and guides the world to its end.
Yeah.
The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet. That's why.
No, but like, what did the person say? So, you're saying that people who know the history are the inconvenience.
Yeah.
But the way that excerpt talks about it is as if the Gorosei are the inconvenience.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What excerpt?
That one that you just read.
This.
The one that you just
read.
To
me, that doesn't make sense.
Because right, okay, it says within the chaos.
They hear the voices of the half moon.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the half moon?
I don't know.
I would just assume that.
I think the half moon and the moon are clans, and I feel like people just probably assumed, like in the way that they pray to the sun, they probably think that they're the moon.
What's the Kozuki clan symbol?
Because isn't it like a bird?
Is it a bird or is it a half moon? Is it a crescent moon? Am I tripping?
Something like that.
Am I tripping? Because somebody at the phone switched it up.
Potentially.
You also have a phone.
How the fuck do you spell Kozuki?
K-O? Bro, you're not a dyslexic guy to spell for you.
M-O-N-O in the beninging.
That's a bird?
Yeah, it's a bird.
But it has like a
sun in the middle, I guess
sun
you
in
could
the middle,
say.
yeah.
So, people could have also just assumed that like they descended from the moon, without even actually like being from the moon.
Yeah.
They could just be like, just think like, oh, like we probably, because they're trying to figure out like how did this world come to be, or they don't even know that they're on Earth. But if they're calling the Earth the moon, and especially like in the first world, they think they're the moon, and then they just have two celestial like
bodies
things that they're like praying to essentially.
The thing is, right, like if the power like comes from the sun, right, why is there no power from the moon? Or at least residual power is what I'm saying, is because you know how like
there is power from the moon. The mix gets power from the moon.
No, but I was saying like beyond that, like
well, because races could also go extinct, right? So we don't know like how many races that actually were weaponizing.
Like, why is there a sun god and not a moon god?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That there were no actual. That's what I feel like. There's not actual gods.
The reversed crescent moon
is a symbol of rebellion.
Okay.
At least according to.
Yeah. So half moon is a symbol of rebellion.
So they
reverse
hear the
crescent moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, half moon.
What? That could be. No, crescent moon's not a half moon.
That's the best thing that
A crescent moon is not a half moon, and it's
Close
reversed.
enough.
They said
Close
reversed.
enough.
It says reversed.
So it's being eclipsed. the sun's being eclipsed by the moon.
Yeah, like that's what how you make a crescent moon.
Or reversed. Bro. Yeah.
In the chaos, there was emptiness.
Okay. Anyways,
every time I'm like, it's like
you can read it so many different ways. Anyways, the whole podcast is just gonna be this.
Yeah. That's how crazy this shit was.
I know. Okay, so but
where the fuck does Blackbeard fit into this?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, okay, so you know in the first world it talks about how like the Earth God raged.
Oh my God, the Blackbeard is the Earth God.
Well, yeah, because it brought to the world death and darkness. We don't actually know like the darkness Zelda fruit. So what if like the reason why the darkness Zelda fruit is different from all the others is because that alone is from the Earth God.
Like, or it has access to the abyss.
Sure.
Like it's a devil fruit that came from the abyss.
That too. It can also do.
And it's like basically like that's why he's able to have multiple
pockets.
Fruits.
Yeah,
because
we don't have like an explanation yet of how he's
we don't
swapping and everything.
We don't. But I like kind of going into the other chapters now. We saw the famous theory come true.
Mm-hmm.
Shanks' twin. Shamrock.
Dude,
Captain.
Such a great way of like Oda's just like it's fun because it's like the community be cooking up some solid theories.
Yeah.
Which it's like how like you know like we're always kind of like yo like give me like we like watch something like give me the pen, let me write this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like so many people cook up like proper theories for One Piece. Oda's like, nah, I ain't giving you my pen because I'm gonna still write you some good shit, but it'll be close to what you were thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Like so like I fuck with the way that he does it because it's like. He does it in like a respectable manner. Like it's not like.
But he thought of it himself. He didn't read what people were saying.
No, I know.
He was
I know.
saying on Reddit. Read
But what I mean is like the community's tapped in.
Yeah.
The community's tapped in into like
the right part of it.
Yeah. Like Oda knows what good writing is. Like
yeah.
Community's tapping into this writing.
Yeah.
And like, but he also still finds a way to like, you know, not have us just like know shit. You know.
It was interesting to see though. He had a sword that was a Cerberus.
Yeah.
So the Blackbeard theory went up.
That's what I'm saying. He gave us a Cerberus fruit without like just killed all the Blackbeard theories with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's fucking sick. And then also the Gorosei meeting that was like back during the Reverie, that was with Shanks' brother.
Yeah.
So that's also.
I like this.
They know that he exists. No, it so confuses me.
Yeah,
but he's like, but they're so night and day different.
But he literally.
They know he exists, but it's like, what relevance does he hold?
Information.
Right?
Power.
No, because before it was like, because you're you, we'll give you the time.
Sure.
But that's his brother because he's
so
not. It's not just because he's a figureland. It's like no. It's like he's a holy knight, right?
Yeah.
Like, or a god knight.
Captain of the God Knight.
Yeah, so like there's some fucking sauce to him there. So Shanks doesn't have that same like.
But no, he still does have sauce. Like the thing
he has a figureland sauce. That's it. Really.
But he has like sauce in general to like oppose the government. So like, wouldn't you want to take him out regardless?
If he did, yeah.
I think they're quite aware that he's opposing them.
But I think
not in all the time that
based off of who raised him, Roger.
Not that they know that.
So there's probably.
But they do know.
Shanks being a kid on Roger's crew. Like how many people are looking at the kids? Like even like Blackbeard, like when he was a kid, or like
but
whatever.
Shamrock says that Shanks did return to the Holy Land, and then he left. He literally says that he's
in the newest chapter.
No. It was
last chapter.
Maybe last chapter before. He's like, my brother did return or whatever, and then he left. Because he says something about he loves the peasant, like says some like shit about like how he.
So
he
they're like they're quite aware.
He likes the filth. They gave him an option. World. They like the filth. Like it was when he was young, I think. Like I think after after Roger died, Shanks went to go meet his family, right? He saw the way people are treated, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck this, I'm out." Right? And then ever since then, I think
he returned to the Holy Land once, but he seems to prefer the filth of the lower world.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying is I think that's post Roger's death, but pre him becoming a pirate.
Okay.
So when
becoming a pirate,
like becoming his own pirate
crew,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because at that point nobody would have known that he was even on Roger's crew. Like when by the time Roger died, like,
Yeah.
he's a little kid and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think what he saw there was like, just madness, right? So he's like, yo, fuck this. So then he basically, I think that's why he took Elbaf, or his main goal was to get Elbaf under his control, because he wanted a counter to the world government. And
in case they ever moved on him?
Yeah, and the Giants are that, and that's why they never moved on him. And they can't move on him is because of that, because they were like, well, yeah, like this is a country that we like
we don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, but of
also
course until
but like when he was in like East Blue, they could have just snapped on him, no?
What do you mean? How?
Yeah, Shanks has just been moving around.
No, but how?
How? Or like in a way,
like in East Blue, think about all the Marines that were in East Blue, other than Guard.
But like, what if they like mobilized everybody, the God Knights, like
to East Blue?
Yeah, why not? If they're going after Shanks, why not?
But you think
they're in a position where they think of like the world as filth, so it's like, do they even want to leave the world? Like,
but they were coming down for the fucking what's the fucking island that they fucking
God
Valley? Like, they were coming down for God Valley
for hunting shit. Yeah. That's for their own fun and games, but they wouldn't.
You want to hunt Shanks? You got.
They're almost like removed from like the world's dealings. Like they don't give a fuck about what's happening with the world.
But like I feel like he's so interwoven that like you would want to take him out. If they know what he knows.
Or because
here's the thing.
Or if they know where he is, because you're also assuming that they have information on Shanks at all times.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
Also,
well, they had information to know when he moves, like when he became an emperor. Which is like, you could say that like once he became emperor, they started monitoring him.
Yeah. Once he became emperor,
but like when you know
fair,
that
but
he's
before
like a figureland, you would want to monitor him anyway.
No, because right now we don't.
If I was Shanks' dad, I'd be like, just watch what he's doing.
To be honest, right?
Oh, why?
Yo, hold up.
Because he's my kid.
No, but you left, like, you threw him away. You put him in a treasure chest. You didn't give a fuck about him.
At the end of the day, I'm the captain of the God Knights.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I know my kid's gonna be that guy too.
So that's what I'm watching. So what I'm saying.
And the thing is, what if when Shanks went back to the, like, what's it called? The Holy Land? That they had words. And he was like, yeah, the filth rubbed off on you. You could never be like me.
That would be like, that would be dumb as fuck.
Why? You know what I mean? But they have that sort of like...
If you're that higher up that you just like completely like gloss over the fact that like he's still your kid, he still has your
but they're like, yo,
genetics and like whatever your abilities could potentially be.
If there's anything even tied to their figureland. Because so far the only real thing that like was such a big like figureland thing was because Film Red mentioned it, and then we thought it was also Shanks at the Reverie. But like now that you cut that tie of like that Reverie thing, you don't actually like. Odds are when Shanks went back to the Holy Land, he like once he realized like, oh like shit, like this is my family, I should go back and shit. He was probably like, yo, if I go back, I have to become a holy knight. He has to live a certain way, and he's like, nah, I'm not down for that. And then they're like, okay, like get the fuck out of here then.
But that's where I don't see them just allowing him to walk away. I feel like they would strike him.
But he has no thought. He doesn't. They don't know what he knows.
Why would they let him walk free? Because what reason do they have as such a cutthroat like group of people
to let him get out of there?
Like, just let him walk away.
But the same way
situation or in general?
Same way Doflamingo did.
Both, I guess.
The same way Doflamingo did though.
What do you mean?
Like Doflamingo was Celestial. They fucking had him fucking like chained up and shit. Bro survived. Nobody fucking went after him. Right? Like he became a warlord and he fucking did his like little schemey shit, but like, bro, like the world government didn't touch him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, and then I think it wasn't really until like they locked him up again where they're like, yo, like this guy knows too much shit, and then they had somebody like in the jail with him, but we don't really know what like came. Like he didn't die.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah, he didn't die or anything because he'd be talking and shit every now and then.
But what I'm saying is like imagine. Garland, right? He was like trained to be a god knight since, like, let's say it's an academy type shit, right? Okay. Where you're from birth trained as a god knight through these techniques to build up your will, to build up your hockey, to get to this point where you're like a beast.
Talk to your guy,
right?
Sabo type shit.
Shut up.
What do you mean? You're telling me because Revolutionary Army training was the same thing?
I get what you're saying.
No.
I get what you're saying.
And what I'm saying is like you went through all that, then some like your kid shows up, right? and it wasn't your genetics, it was all hard work, let's say it was all hard work that you put in, and you knew all the amount of hard work that you put in, that person comes like, oh yeah, like I don't want to be like you guys, yeah, fuck off. Like you can't even if you wanted to, you couldn't become strong.
But
because the effort that we put in is of this tier, and only we have access to this level of shit that nowhere in the world would you be able to ascend or ascertain.
Shanks
let me mirror this.
Shanks could have gone back to the Holy Land.
Yeah.
As a kid.
That's what I've been going off.
But that's what I'm saying.
But then when I'm saying,
but then when that's true.
For example, the moment that he becomes a fucking emperor, wouldn't you want to kill him? He's getting fucking strong.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
And
that's what I'm saying is by the time
but he's
Shanks,
not always on Elbaf.
I know, but I'm saying by the time Shanks became a Yonko, he probably had it calculated to the point where he was like, yo, they're gonna come after me. I have things in play.
Also think about
for example,
think about where the fuck Shanks be actually going. He be on random ass islands where nobody's there.
Yeah.
But realistically, he keeps a low profile.
But they don't know
where. Like he could have snuck out like his ship still.
But realistically,
but they don't know what island he's on.
Yeah.
Like you're saying,
there's thousands of islands.
Yeah.
But like realistically, like he's been keeping a low profile for a reason.
But anytime we've seen one of the emperors start moving, the first thing next panel we see Marine saying, "Yeah, so and so's on."
It's because like they're there to make sure like they don't make contact with each other, right? So then you could even say like people are just watching Whitebeard because with that contact situation that happened, people knew Whitebeard was gonna make a move because of the Ace situation.
Yeah.
So odds are they're probably watching Whitebeard and they saw Shanks pull up and meet Whitebeard.
No,
right?
They also knew when
Shanks and
started moving.
They also probably had shit on Kaido because like out of all four of the Yonko, Shanks was the least problematic. He wasn't doing anything. So they're really keeping tabs the most on the ones that were bound to fucking do some fuck shit, right? So that's gonna be Kaido, Whitebeard, Big Mom.
Okay, so
in order it'd be Whitebeard,
how long
Kaido,
has he been
Big
an
Mom,
emperor?
then Shanks.
How long has he been an emperor?
They don't really say how long it's been, but like maybe like let's just assume like I don't know, like 10.
That's 10 years that they.
10 years, 5 years, I don't know.
That's 10 to 5 years that they had to like try to move on him.
And I'm saying he prepared.
That's fine. I like even if they prepare.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you take out the collateral, everything else that he sets up is meaningless. You took the collateral out.
What do you mean you take out the collateral?
Shanks is like
the main.
The main.
Yeah.
Everything else is whatever.
But
you move all the guys on him.
Yeah.
Everything else that's set up. What? It's gonna take time for the Elbaf guys to get like to wherever Shanks is.
You also had Film Red.
Right.
Yeah.
You also had Film Red where the newspaper threw Shanks under the bus and made it seem like he wiped out that whole fucking
we don't know
island.
If all of Film Red's canon though.
I'm taking those pieces. I'm taking the pieces from like the beginning and the end of the movie, not the events of Film Red itself. Because the events of it itself are like a dream like thing, and so like that's whatever.
Until that gets mentioned in main story, I'm not gonna consider.
Bro, that's
how we've been feeling about Film Red this whole time. Until it gets mentioned,
I've been accepting it.
You guys been fucking dick riding Film Red.
I've been dick riding it when it gets mentioned. And but until it does.
But that like that newspaper of like him throwing him under the bus, like he's the one who destroyed the island and shit. It kind of paints a picture of like, what the fuck is this guy's destructive output?
Okay, just really quickly, I just remembered one of the points I wanted to say. You know how they just like wiped out Saturn because he made a mistake?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would the guy who wiped Saturn out make a mistake in his past? He's a fucking hypocrite.
He's been making.
He's supposed to be perfect.
No, that would be perfect.
The way that he acts, the executioner, the judge, jury, the executioner, you're supposed to be perfect. That's why you instantly get slaughtered into the next position.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
Yeah. Fair.
You've been perfect.
Yeah. He's not emotionally attached to any of these guys. He's
exactly.
like, yo,
so what if he doesn't know?
So if you fucked up.
But again, like they don't really know what Shanks knows. Like their whole like issue, especially with Saturn.
It's not just about information.
Is there fuck ups about information?
So now
that Saturn not continued like any of his shit.
This motherfucker goes to Elbaf.
And what?
Shanks is going to Elbaf.
And did what?
Yeah.
The assumption could be made that they know some shit now.
They're not dealing on assumptions though, are they?
But yeah, this is what I'm trying to say though. If you're trying to control the world, if you have
Oh
one
yeah.
possibility,
No,
one
yeah.
variable
And
of something that could fuck you over in the future, you take that fucking opportunity to take it
right,
out.
but they should.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
the
you're
thing
right.
is,
You're
they
right in
should-
that sense.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, what the story's like, I guess like cooked up, like it's like there's nothing.
The thing is, we don't.
Shanks
know.
he runs around like a drunk, like a fucking, like he doesn't know shit. Like he has this like he makes people perceive him in a certain way, and he probably does it on purpose so that they don't think he's a threat. Like they know he's strong.
And
they know he's a physical threat, but it's like
no. And Exhibit A of that is Kid. Kid thought Shanks wasn't as strong as he is.
Kid thinks everybody's.
No, but like think about it. Like he's like, yo, Kid thought Shanks wasn't as strong as he is, and then he pulled up on him.
That's right.
And he fucking found out.
Yeah, but
he got rotated.
But he feels that way about everybody though.
I'm saying like with Shanks in particular, like you even had that mountain bandit pull up on Shanks like he thought Shanks wasn't shit. Like Shanks been keeping this image of himself but like the only reason people really know is because like when they get into a fight with Shanks and he fucks him up and they're like, okay, this guy's actually strong, throw a bounty on this guy, like fuck this guy, right?
No.
Like there's shit like that where like they like it's purely like because of his strength, or mainly it could be because of that newspaper.
But
If that one specific newspaper is why they put out a bounty on Shanks to begin with.
I think strength is enough of a factor to say let's take him out. He's gay.
No,
So
because
what
why
if-
didn't they take out Big Mom? Why didn't they take out Kaido? Why didn't they take out Whitebeard?
No,
Because they're
but
not.
they have.
No, the reason like they didn't do shit.
No, hold on. Basically, what I'm
Okay, they have.
No, but they've tried.
Yeah, they just
Like no, because remember back when we've talked, like I'm sure you guys seen this, when Whitebeard meets Shanks,
Yeah.
he's like, every time I see your face, my scar aches.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's talking about Shamrock.
that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That means
Whitebeard
has had a
or
run with Shamrock.
or he's talking about Garling because
Yeah,
Garling
or
was younger,
Garling,
might
or
have looked
Garling.
like Shanks.
Yeah.
But either way, it does it stands to reason that they have tried.
And they realize
they have
it's hard
tried.
to do it.
They probably have tried moving on any one of the Yonkos, and
Yeah.
they were like, "It's not feasible. Like we
Yeah.
can't."
Like unless you take like a full.
Because in what scenario would, other than God Valley,
Yeah.
would Whitebeard fight Garlic? And we don't even know if they fought in God Valley. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like at some point Garling or Shamrock gave Whitebeard a scar. And that means they fought, and it wouldn't have been like, and like obviously Whitebeard didn't go down, so it wasn't like they threw everything at Whitebeard or they attempted to, or you know what I mean?
Also, like when it comes to like shit like that, they like Shanks and Whitebeard probably had like a working relationship of like, if any of these guys were to move on Shanks, Whitebeard would pull up, like Holy Knight specific, like considering like their history of like Roger and like God Valley and whatnot. Like if Shanks really knows like the shit he knows, like well, why wouldn't he? Right, like he has like.
But then you could say that like vice.
And also like, why is Shanks making an alliance with like just random shit pirates? Like, if he was really concerned, like, I think he was really painting that picture of like, you don't have to worry about me.
No,
like he's really trying to like force that.
I don't think that's what it is. I think after every
They watch that man.
bro, this is what
tell
I think.
Kaido off.
This is what I think happens.
He
to
is that
Shanks.
guy.
What? Yeah, he dips.
No, like he goes to an island, comes
Yeah.
back to Elbaf. Goes to an island, comes back to
Sure.
Elbaf. Goes to an
Oh, I
island, comes
see.
back to
I see.
Elbaf. Goes to an island, comes back to Elbaf.
Just every time they think they can move on him, he comes back to Elba.
It's but because that's his pattern of
Yeah.
movement, they can't move on him.
Yeah,
And I
That
think
could happen.
that's what's going on.
that could happen.
It's possible, yeah. But
Like, there's
couldn't they,
also-
like while he's in
Because he
transit
he never
to
stays on an
Elbaf
island
to
too
attack
long
him?
either.
Like
Yeah.
while he's on his way to Elbath or on his way from Elbath.
yeah,
to
like
attack?
in transit. That, but if they're aware, too,
He's
right?
he's
Yeah.
he's
That's
also he's also
also-
never on an island that long.
and
When he
there's
was on Elbaf, like he was only there for like maybe a week.
we also don't know if
we don't.
could be a
if
long,
Shanks-
could be
like,
long
what
as
if
fucking
Shanks was
Shanks
marked?
during One Piece time, but like
what if Shanks was marked when he was a child
I don't think so though.
and he went to go meet his brother and his family? What if
Yeah.
he got marked?
But if he was marked, then why can't they just travel to him?
But
That
I'm
would
saying,
make it easier, no?
you're
Or why
right?
can't they summon him? Like
No,
what?
and that means he can move through the abyss as well.
Yeah, but then
So
what's
then
the-
it's easy for him to run away as well.
and that's probably how he's moving around.
Could be. Cause
You think he's also accessing the abyss, but how's he taking his crewmates?
Because the biggest thing was people were like, yo, how did Shanks stop Kaido?
I remember. Like, how did he make it there in time?
How did he make it in time?
Yeah, so he could have access to the abyss, but then that means his crewmates would also have to have access to the abyss.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because also, how do you get, like, what is this mark? Can it be any mark? Because what if it's also just a red hair pirate mark?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, like Whitebeard has mark, and like if you had like Whitebeard's mark on you, what if that gave you access to the abyss? Like,
oh, I don't know.
Like, what if like
I don't know.
Shanks, like, what really signifies the mark? Is
it
it like
I don't know,
like some type of fucking hockey or like magic behind the mark?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't have to be one specific mark; it could be different, and that could be like a whole thing into like pirate like.
Because the crazy thing, because the crazy thing is I initially thought the magic circle was an emu specific thing.
Yeah, but that's
right.
That chick just did it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. In the latest chapter, we see
Yeah.
Gunko, or whatever her name is,
Yeah.
use it and summon someone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that means other people can summon other people at different spots,
Yeah.
and like vice versa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not
And the guy was like in the middle of like showering or something, or
just
just
chilling on the couch.
he was chilling on the couch in manga.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, naked.
so this guy like basically he didn't even realize he was being summoned,
Yeah, it's that instantaneous,
right?
which
So-
is insane.
So if you're saying that Shanks has access to the same
possibly,
They
like
could just
link,
like summon him, no?
Hmm?
yeah, like why wouldn't they just summon him and just wombo combo him?
Yeah.
no, because it's a specific mark probably.
So you're saying like, but this
Like
is
I
a lot
marked
of
you.
like,
I know it's all what ifs. It's a lot
Yeah.
of what ifs. Like it's like I marked you so I can bring you wherever. But because you didn't
But
mark
I
me,
feel like-
you can't. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's like it's kind of like how Urahara just like screws around and like he's actually really smart, but like he screws around and like people just think he's a dumbass. Like people that don't actually know him, right? It's the same thing with Shanks. Like if you know him, you know he's like smart, calculating, whatever, like strong, all that shit. But then like to everyone else, he's like really painting this picture, right?
But I don't
And I
think
feel-
you become an emperor doing that.
Oh yeah, but like just purely off strength, like that's there, but it's not. It's also not there because if you're like, if these four pirates are contending to have like ownership of like the sea that has like not really, and they're just killing regular people, that almost has nothing to do with Celestials and like Gores. Like it's not really touching their shit as long as like they're providing like some sense of security and shit. As long as the people are still like in control, like Haikyuu, like they need some level of like resistance or pirates or something for people to be like, yeah, like we need the government to save us. For people to think that like the Gorosei are like the right side and not the wrong side. So like I don't see them like really having to like run out of their way to like go after these Yonko because they would have had already done it. And maybe it's because
I just think it's different to know that like he is a part of the family.
if there is some type of special bloodline link, sure. But
it's not just one. It's the fact that he's now strong enough to be an emperor.
yeah, but like in name alone, like just being figureless might not mean
how much of
anything.
Gold Roger, like how much information did the government know of Gold Roger near the end?
Like nothing.
Like
Because they didn't even know Ace. They didn't even know like his wife.
They know, but like his journey, like
Oh.
One Piece was news that like he just said there, or like they didn't know that he went to Elbath, or like
I don't think they
Laugh Tale, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
they don't know.
I don't
anything.
think they kept a track of like shit like that.
Mm.
Yeah, because like the logs that we saw were from Odin, keeping a personal like journal
Mhm.
of like where they all went and stuff. But I don't think like I don't even think they knew he went to the sky.
So then why'd they execute him?
For fucking
His bounty.
blasphemy,
What do
man.
you mean his bounty?
God Valley.
So then why
God
not
Valley.
execute Shanks?
No, they
They have, to
executed.
what his
capture,
bounty?
they have to capture him.
They
first.
So
no, yo, they
No, but they're like that's like that's
Roger,
regular world government shit.
Roger was because also one regular world government shit, but also God Valley. Despite God Valley,
Mm-hmm.
you would think that they would be like, yo, why don't we kill this guy? He survived God Valley with rocks, Garp, all that shit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They still weren't like, yo, why don't we make this guy like
Number one enemy.
number one enemy? And that's Roger. Shanks hasn't done anything to that scale that we know of yet. And like you're telling me they're gonna bump this guy up to number one. Like they haven't really they actually haven't shown an active interest in any pirate yet.
Well,
Like that. Like to actually just like, yo, here's the God Knights go. Right? And like part of that is because it's like they keep thinking that the world is beneath them, where it's like, who cares if pirates want to kill people?
So what
Right.
if
That world government shit, like they let like Akainu do that type of stuff.
But what
Like,
if
he worries
what
about
if
all that?
what if when Shamrock met with the Gorosei,
He's talking about
when
Shanks?
he's like, I need to talk to you about a certain someone.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about Shanks,
yeah.
and the reason why they haven't moved on him, because Shamrock's was like, I'm the one. I'm
He wants to be the one to kill him?
that kills Shanks. Like
That
I
could
want to
be
be
it.
the one to kill Shanks.
That's possible.
Well, it could also be this. Like, because he's family. Like maybe they like were like, yo, as long as he doesn't do anything, we're not gonna do anything. And then during the reverie, Shamrock's like, yo, I've been watching this guy. It looks like he's about to start doing some
No,
shit.
it looks like he's a problem. That I want to be the one to take care of.
Yeah,
Like that's what I think it is.
But I think like to cover that like majority of like from him being a Yonko and being seen as a threat but not actually doing anything like that chunk of time.
So
It could just be that he actually like didn't do anything against like the Celestials or anything like that, and because of that, like, and maybe they put Shamrock on him. Like if Dottic like with the way Dottic was spitting about like the training when he was a kid and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If Shamrock is the only other person on that same level of training as Shanks, it makes sense that he's the only like person that could actually take him. So like they have him, but they also just can't just dispose of him, right? Because like how do you replace him after?
And what I'm saying is, Oda cooked so crazy with this, making Shanks' twin like a captain of the God Knights.
Yeah.
Because now you can get Shanks' death
Luffy
and
versus
Luffy
Shamrock.
versus Shamrock.
Yeah.
Like you can get that. Everybody wanted Shanks' death potentially,
Shanks death flags.
or
Shanks
like
death
Luffy versus Shanks. You know what I'm saying?
Manny Lana.
Either give me Shanks
I don't want it.
Shanks or Garp. Just give me one of them.
Yo, shut the
Garp?
fuck up.
Take her.
Nah.
Speed Pete's aren't there.
Yeah.
Yo, relax,
Yeah, and then we got Scopper.
Scopper.
You're talking about Scopper, the boy.
There's so much fun.
bro. The
Holy.
fucking Mountain Eater.
Yo, this guy's fucking. Yo, in the new chapter, like I kind of wish I saw him fight Zoro and Luffy, and not just have him like.
It's because he got scared.
Like my bad amount, but
We saw Son got Nika. He said, "I don't want that."
I did like the little flashbacks we were seeing of him like kind of talking to Shanks and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wish we had seen maybe just better dialogue or something between him and Luffy for him to be like.
Have you guys
Word.
seen all those memes of like all the reason Roger's crew couldn't do shit is because they all
They're,
fought for some baddies?
yeah, they're busy getting bitches.
Yeah.
like.
Was
Real
it
shit.
you? Or
Real
I don't know.
shit.
Somebody sent me a thing where it was like, oh yeah, Scopper was like, Scopper's stronger than Rayleigh, and he's exactly like Sanji, so Sanji's gonna be stronger
Yeah.
than Zoro.
I
And I was like, bro.
But whoever did,
Yeah.
did.
Was it you?
No,
Okay.
it might be. Like,
Goated? Shut up.
goated, dog, goated.
I also think that like this entire time we've been on Elbaf, they've been only showing Elbaf,
Yeah.
and I think the reason is because time moves faster.
No,
on
100%.
Elbaf.
Yeah, I thought we talked about that.
Yeah.
Where like they're gonna come out of Elbaf and the world's gonna be like in a totally
Changed.
different state.
Yeah.
This girl also like her power with
Gunko
yeah,
with the arrows.
maybe like is there arrows
Weird.
potentially a reason why she can do the summoning circle too?
But why is her face covered? Or is it
I don't
does it get revealed? Right, maybe it does.
No,
It just still look cool.
Yeah, and then also dude, these people that walked out, there's like little dragon like
Person.
yeah like
Yeah.
and their names
Yeah.
like you have Saint Killingham,
Queeling.
and Saint Summers.
Summers.
So one of them's from House Shepherd and one's from House Limosa.
But one of them is like I think that's not a devil fruit.
That's the species of
That's the species they
yeah,
are.
because Buddy came out as a devil fruit. It was kind of crazy.
No, because like that caught me off guard or whatever. Or like I was
Oh,
I
like
was
the dragon
sleeping.
or whatever?
No, the dragon's
Yeah.
like frantic and like fucking like a
but
worrisome person.
no, the person says like
the
oh,
other
I'm
person
sleeping.
that's the other person.
No, it was their dialogue said something along the lines
For the
of, like,
dragon?
what does the dragon say?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
This is bad. I'm gonna be late. I won't make it. I was half asleep. Where are we going?
Half asleep.
Half asleep.
Yeah, so why would your devil fruit be active if you're
No, I know. I'm not saying
asleep.
that. I'm not saying it's a devil fruit.
Yeah, so I think that's like a species of dragon person that we haven't seen
But
before.
also, like, why does it have
Legs.
astronaut like a fishbowl thing on it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very celestial.
That's a moon person.
That's a moon person.
Yeah, moon person could be.
I think like there's also a symbol on his arm.
Is there X?
Could be like his house.
I don't know.
Why
Could be like a house crest.
It looks like a skull.
Or a god knight.
It looks like it's probably a God Knight thing, bro.
I don't know. It could be his house crest though. I think that's fair. But I think like the way dude's got like breathing problem, and like I feel like the air actually might just be like toxic to these
Moon people.
if they are like moon people.
Yeah.
Or like okay, or it could be like whatever these remnants are. The reason why they're inconvenient is because the atmosphere itself changed after the first and second world.
Mm-hmm.
That like they can no longer like breathe what the regular atmosphere is like. And that's why it's like they like basically have to like live with like bubble boy type shit.
Interesting. I don't think that's true though. Like,
No, that's fair.
He said interesting. I was like, he doesn't think it's interesting.
yeah. Why do you think they needed Shamrock back? They're like, yo, we need you to go back.
I think they're gearing up for some crazy shit to go down.
I think we're about to see God Valley Part 2 on Elbaf.
I think so too. I 100% think so.
Like,
Well, he did say let's
we,
play a game.
we were
Yeah.
already, we were already like expecting God Valley Part 2 with Egghead,
Egghead, yeah.
which is why it's called the Egghead incident, right?
Mhm.
But like that didn't necessarily pan out the same. I mean,
It kind of.
like we kind of lost Egghead.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking like structure kind of just gone everywhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it going into Elbaf and actually having. I think we could also see like a. I don't want to say Volusia Kingdom, but like almost like a mini Void Century type of situation happening. Like maybe like a. If we get more into like how the first world ended and led into the second world, something like that, I think we can get more of. Cause like. How are they able to just send Shamrock there to Elbaf? Like if they always had this ability, why not do it before? And also like Elbaf is so huge, it looks like, but they don't even know Shamrock's there, and like he can just walk around. He's like, let's just jack these kids and make a game out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like just so freely.
Yeah.
So that's like, I feel like it's so free for them to just come to Elbaf and just like, kill everyone and like burn their books and all that shit.
So there should be there's
Like-
probably a reason why they can't.
Like why they haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that doesn't really make sense to me. But they're probably Shamrock's probably stealing the kids in general just for like slaves and like hunting game and that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or leverage.
I don't think it's leverage.
Why not?
Because why haven't they done it before? Like
I don't know.
besides satisfying their own needs, like what I don't think they're really thinking about that in other ways.
The world's changed.
Because
Yeah.
these guys just seem so freaking like they just care about like their little holy land, right? So they're just like jacking shit.
Their
and
supplies though. Their supplies got fucked up by the revolutionaries, and that forced their hand to move. If that never happened,
That is
they never have to leave their area. They're content.
That's celestial dragons.
Right, but that upsets everything. Like the
Yeah. So like, why are these guys so freaking hell bent on keeping like the celestial dragons happy and like tamed? Right.
God Knights.
Yeah.
The
Like-
God Knights can kill celestial dragons.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's like literally like even any way you cut it, like the Gorosei Imu and the God Knights, like they'd high key be better off without the celestial dragons even there. Like these guys are literally just there as like puppets for the public, right?
That's probably why. There's
But, like-
probably like lore to where they actually are from like the moon,
Yeah.
making them celestials.
Yeah, but these guys don't even like if
Oh, that's crazy. That guy looks like a dragon. He's literally a celestial dragon.
Yeah.
That one God Knight.
no, but like they have no power. Celestial dragons have no power over God Knights.
But
Like
it
the
shows
order
world.
of shit goes like
But like it's for the world though, like because they have to control the world, so the world sees that these celestial dragons are supposed to be above everybody.
yeah. But I mean like the world sees it that way. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like
But like, why do they see it that way?
I'm saying like
You know what I mean?
I'm
Other than
saying
being
I'm saying like
told-
the Holy Knights could literally just be like, nah, you guys are our slaves, but like don't worry, you guys have like the world to play with. Like you know what I mean? Like the Holy Knights are still going like bending over backwards for these people.
Are they though?
If you're saying like if they're leaving the Holy Land just because like it disrupted their supply, and now they're trying to keep these guys happy.
It's their own supply too. Where do they live?
Yeah, but they're also not afraid to like from the God Valley incident. Like Holy Knights aren't afraid to leave the Holy Land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where Celestial Dragons are kind
the
of
thing
like,
is they don't. This is the first time we've seen them
Yeah.
leave. So there's obviously much more than just that going on,
yeah.
right?
I think there has to be something with like the dreaming aspect of like keeping that instant gratification for the Celestial Dragons, because I feel like they have to have like some type of tapped inness that the other guys don't have.
Nightmares.
Yeah, maybe they dumbed them down.
Like there has to be something that like
Nightmares.
there's a reason why they have to keep the Celestial Dragons controlled.
Maybe nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
If dreams are a source of power,
Yeah.
can nightmares also be a source of power?
Oh, it could be. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is what if
Like their
Emu was a
their
nightmare.
fears
their
fuel
fears.
emu guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. And that's why they keep the celestial dragons, is they use them to fuel.
Fear.
Yeah, and then
Especially with slaves and shit.
yeah, and then
they keep the fear
exactly.
thing going.
There you go. And then any
That's
other
That's a cook.
any other things on top of that would also fuel fear too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like any fuckery that the warlords would do, like for
Yeah.
example, like Crocodile fuck around, Moria fuck
Yeah.
around, all fuels.
Like
it.
they're trying to combat dreams with fear.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because it also like the more they can have people focus on fear, the less they'll dream about,
Exactly.
and less chance of Nika coming about.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good shit.
Real shit.
Alright, next thing. Dragonball Daima.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we haven't talked about the whole season.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Case yeah.
Yo, Dragon Ball GT fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're eating.
Yeah.
We're fucking munching.
So I don't like we haven't talked
Since
about
like
it.
probably the first 2 episodes.
First 2 episodes. So overall, like, cause there's pretty much like 2 more episodes left in the season.
Yeah. Is it 2?
One,
Yeah.
maybe,
Maybe
at
2.
least one. At least one more episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Episode 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's at least one more episode, but
Yeah.
Okay.
but typical run should be 24 episodes.
20,
Should be.
23,
Yeah.
24, yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
But I've been.
If we go on the track that I'm thinking, is that because the next episode should be Super Saiyan 4 Goku,
Yeah.
adult. Then they do Join Bug.
Mm-hmm.
Then we either get Glory Hole Goku.
That's
What?
crazy.
or we get Gogeta.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What you got?
Everyone's been calling Glory Hole Glory Hole.
It's Glory Low, right?
No, everyone's been calling him Glory Hole, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, okay, so it's 20 episodes. So next episode is our last.
Is the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
So-
they probably won't do Join Bug.
No, I think they are.
So
Mid-
like Goku's gonna be like very brief.
Well, we saw him go Super Saiyan 4 before.
This
Yeah.
is adult
So
Super Saiyan 4 at the end of the episode.
now it's adult form, right?
Yeah, so it will be brief, but it's like how are you gonna
So
fit
then
in?
Vegeta starts
You're gonna fit
begging.
in a fusion even more brief.
Can it be an hour-long episode or no?
Well, yo, they
No,
could they could one tap them. They could use the
It could be
fusion
like a
to one
40-minute
tap them.
episode. I
It
guess.
could be. Yeah, I don't know if like runtime, but they
Yeah.
could use fusion to one tap them.
No, because
They could.
I think what's gonna happen.
They could literally have Goku like still not. Be
And also,
able to do
it's
it.
Join Bug, so you don't even know if Join Bug's as long.
We also don't. It's gonna be a new fusion though.
It's
not
gonna be
Gogeta.
a new fusion. It's a new fusion method, so you don't know how it works.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll like name it Gogeta.
No.
Why? Because we get Gogeta
Oh, for
because
Metamorph
they do
Yeah.
the dance, right?
Yeah, and you get
You
Vegeta,
got Vegeta
with the
because of
Potara,
Potara.
so it's
So what are they
totally
gonna name?
different.
What are they gonna call it? Veku?
No.
They might canonize Veku.
That's crazy.
This is what Veku really gonna be
Veku,
like.
yeah.
But no, that's why I feel like I want the Join Bug to be Glory Hole Goku. Because it'll be Super Saiyan 5 Goku, man.
I know that's what you want.
Like, that's fucking lit. Like,
But yo, seeing
that's sick.
Super
And, like,
Saiyan, bro.
and to be honest, I could see, like,
I could. But like,
Toriyama and Toyotaro cooking that up. Of, like, maybe, like, because,
Toy Taro did AF.
yeah.
So-
But also, like, because
yo,
Toriyama...
let me make your shit canon too.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that
did
was-
Dragon Ball AF.
Well,
so, like,
because what I heard was Toriyama wanted, like, Daima to be a way to, like, be something for GT fans.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So he's
And
canonizing things here and there. He, like,
It's been like that too, bro.
right?
Like,
And
it's,
even, like, in Super, we've been seeing some type of, like,
GT inspiration.
GT inspiration there. So it's like, what if, like, because him and Toyotaro have been working together like for so long now that he's like
scratch
yo,
my back, I scratch
no,
yours.
like, well, yeah, like, or he's just like, yo, I actually really like this idea of yours. Like, maybe we can find some like
I think.
common, because even that,
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
bro, even that arc that he had in Dragon Ball AF was an evil Supreme Kai. Like, he was like the first one to really like kind of start something like that.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
And then they
It
did
wasn't
Zamasu
evil.
and Goku
Yeah,
Black now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So like, and that started from way back then. So
yeah,
like,
that's true.
it wouldn't be like, you know, out of possibilities.
I just want to see Veku now.
Yo, you guys, how do you guys feel about Daima though? Like, I've been enjoying it.
It's enjoyable, but
Yeah.
I will say that like at times it kind of feels like, I don't know what the word is to describe it,
Childish?
like watered down maybe childish. I don't know.
Like, it's an adventure for sure.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about
I
it.
think it's a cool adventure.
That's it. I want the adventure to be deeper.
Like more shit happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it feels kind of,
It's too surface level.
It
It's
is.
too surface
It
level.
is.
Surface
It
level.
is.
and like
It
the
is.
other
Because they
thing
kind of
is,
just they are kind of fucking around and just doing their thing,
but
but it's
that's
like
it.
they're not really like getting into like we were expecting like the demon world this whole
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give me,
thing, and like it's just really like
Give
they
me
got
more.
there, and they're like, let's just fight these Tamagotchis and like call it a day.
and like other than the Tamagotchis, they really didn't fight anything that was like substantial.
That's
Like
true.
actually,
Yeah.
like had them like, oh shit.
They've had it sprinkled because it like just like little bits of like lore and things here and there, and like just like learning more about like the gravity changing
Yeah.
and whatnot. Like things like that just help you like care more about this world that we're like
And like
stepping
the
into.
giants and the mega giants or whatever.
The mega giants.
So they.
Oh,
base-
yeah,
You know
yeah,
how
yeah.
right? Like
In
they go to that
in
one.
the second demon
Oh.
realm.
They go. There's the two most dangerous planets or whatever.
Yeah.
One of them is like with giants, and the like that's the second most dangerous.
But
The
they
most
just
dangerous.
like they tell you, and then they show you like a baby version of it.
Yeah.
And then they just leave.
Leave, and
So
I'm
you
like,
don't get
bro.
anything.
But I'm like, bro. If a baby is that fucking big, how big is an adult, and how big
Yeah.
are the fucking mega giants?
Yeah.
Like they must be insanely huge, bro. Like that's like a mega giant must be at least 2 planet size.
So the other thing that kind of cheeses me, and I think this is like more, this is just a nitpick on my end. The fucking, what the fuck is the villain's name?
Gamora.
Gamora.
Goma.
Goma.
Yeah.
I don't like his third eye form.
Me neither.
I
Me
like,
neither.
I don't like it.
I don't like either.
I like that, like at the start, maybe it's kind of big. They raid boss it, but then
Yeah.
He's
like
been big for so long.
for so long, I
Bro,
want him
did
to
you
like
see the
shrink
newest
down to like
episode?
Janemba.
Did you see the
Yeah.
newest episode?
You know, like Janemba was big and he was
Yeah,
like a big
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
He
yeah.
shrunk down, became more agile, fast,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But they,
yeah.
they're creepy, menacing.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
they do it
That's
for
what I want
the,
to.
if they do it for the fusion, but like,
That's
at
what I
this
want.
point they might
Yeah.
probably won't.
And that's what I think is going to happen is Goku's going to beat his ass to Super
Also,
Saiyan 4.
I
He's
also
going to shrink.
I don't like his like defender of justice.
He looks
Yo,
like Jiren.
Jiren,
Like,
yeah.
Universe 11.
I also don't like his third eye. Why is it just like fucking on there? Like, it's not integrated, you know what I mean? Like it's just like poking
Yo, but
at his head.
I will say, it's been pretty jokes. Like this newest episode.
Vegeta was
Yo!
fucking
I started
hilarious.
laughing
That shit
so
was
hard.
so funny.
Yeah.
The
Bulma was like,
movement of like him
yo.
actually coming back too.
Bulma was
The
like, I won't
slow
take baths with
motion.
you. I was like,
Yeah.
The slow motion, he's about to get fucking rocked.
Yeah.
The slow
Bro,
motion.
that was
Yeah.
like that.
He stopped giving a fuck about being hit.
yeah.
Bro, that was like an Indian drama, just like the
That
way
was
it, like
crazy.
it shook him to his core, and like I would have been down to see like 4 different angles of his face going like just like seeing it like just turn white, like
Yeah.
yo what the fuck, and then just having him like dip back.
The other thing, speaking of Vegeta, whenever we saw Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, his hair wasn't like that, right?
Yeah,
No, we've
th-
never-
this,
we've
this,
never
this is the
seen-
first canon
But we
version
like
of
in
it,
the
though.
game, in
Yeah,
games though.
in
like,
games,
you've seen-
yeah. This is the first canon version.
But this is the first canon one.
Yeah.
His hair was like Goku's, right?
Yeah,
Where it,
more like
go
Goku's.
down to his
It was
like
more like
ass or
Goku.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
This one just looks like Beast.
Yeah.
Like Vegeta's
So
version of Beast.
so
Yeah.
this design was actually the original design for Super Saiyan 3.
Was it?
Yeah. So this is how Super Saiyan 3 was supposed to be.
Okay.
And then they changed it to the Goku one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So
honestly,
and
when you have
so this
Go-
is what it looks like on Vegeta.
but you have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks.
I think it looks cool.
You have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and they're both like the way their hair flows, that feels much better than the
I
way
agree.
Vegeta's hair flows. Like I
Yeah.
didn't. I just
like-
wish.
I like
I
it.
wish it had a little
I
bit
like
more
it.
That's because
length.
you like Beast.
I wish it had a little bit more length and just like it's too like pointed like out like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think it didn't have to be exactly like Goku's,
Yeah.
but like it. Maybe they tried to just make it look like
Mhm.
very different from Goku's.
Mhm.
That like they did it like that,
But yo,
but
The other thing is, where does the canon? Like,
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happens now?
Yeah.
Goku just transformed into Super Saiyan 4, no tail.
Yeah.
Vegeta transformed into Super Saiyan 3, and we've never seen him do it
No,
otherwise.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you could make the argument that he never does it because of
this moment. He's losing
power.
energy.
or just stamina. Like
Stamina,
for
'cause
him,
right
it's
now-
like the better decision.
Yeah, no, because right now we saw him against Goma, his stamina was wearing out, and this moment could have been the moment where like, yo,
The
it's not
only
worth it.
issue is the rage moment in Battle of Gods.
Why didn't he just like?
Why didn't he do it
rage
then?
his
But at that
3?
point, he also could have just not trained Super Saiyan 3 at all. Like, he might have just foregone Super Saiyan 3 altogether. Because, like, depending on the gap...
That's true.
Because people are also saying, what if the end of Daima is when Beerus wakes up? So he actually didn't have a chance to even practice going into Super Saiyan 3. And that's fair, too.
But I don't think that's...
But he goes
it's
into it so
rage.
easy.
I get... Like,
Which, by the way, they did Vegeta dirty. His transformations,
Bro,
they didn't show it off. Goku pulls up.
He's flying away from Cam, and as he's flying away, he goes Super Saiyan 3. Like, you see, like, the hair kind of turn longer, and then he's, like, fighting, and you're like, you don't even see this guy, like, get, like... And then you see Goku turn Super
He
Saiyan
gives
3.
him the whole thing.
Goku
1,
gets the
2,
first-
3.
he gets the
bonus.
He
Yeah.
gets the whole flashbang, and then, like, the white
Yeah.
going away, and then you see, like, the
Even
hair.
when they
and
started
everything.
drawing him in Super
Yeah.
Saiyan 3,
Yo, it was so much more crisp.
So crisp.
It was
So
crazy.
They said all budget right here.
Dude, I was actually shocked, like, how, like, dirty they did Vegeta with that. Because I was like,
Bro,
you're letting us see, like, we're about to see, like, Vegeta cook in Super Saiyan 3.
In adult
Like,
form, but like
His final flash was clean,
crazy.
but
And he didn't say Final Flash.
Yeah, but I didn't like the CGI they started doing with him there.
I didn't mind it. It was all good.
I
yeah, it
didn't
was all
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
man.
It was fine because he wasn't moving, but like just seeing it was still off-putting. Like,
But like, yo, like I think I talked to him about it, but like when he first goes Super Saiyan 3 as a kid,
Yeah.
and you see him fight with just his legs.
Yeah.
I like it.
It was like, that's how they do it in the
Straight
video
Vegito,
game.
But that's straight Vegito.
yeah.
That was Vegito, but that's how they also depicted his Super Saiyan 3 in video games.
His fight style was mostly legs.
Cross-armed legs. That's what I recall in my head.
No, that's
No.
how Vegito
That's
fights.
how
in
Vegito
video
fights.
Was it Vegito?
Yeah. And so that basically kind
well-
of confirms that Vegito is more Vegeta,
Vegeta,
and
yeah.
Gogeta is more Goku.
I gotta bring up my video games. Bring up my 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think Vegeta like really fought with his legs like that.
I
Like no
swear,
arms.
in one of the games.
No
I
arms?
remember the games
No.
was doing that shit.
It was
And that's because I
Vegito.
was running fucking Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was only in like 1 or 2 games. I think
He
he was in
was in a lot of
He was in
games.
Raging Blast too, cause
yeah, he was.
Vegeta was like a what if
It was a
character.
one character, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was only a couple of games that really like added that character in.
was it Xenoverse?
He's in Dokkan Battle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't doing that shit there.
Overall, though, I've enjoyed like this
I-
last episode.
overall,
This
I will
last
say-
episode, I was so happy watching.
Overall, I will say it's been good.
It's been a good
Yeah.
watch. Like just in terms of like
The
how
canon
how it
confuses
connects with the
me.
world.
I agree.
The canon confuses you.
Like
Yeah.
how it fits in. Like
I can't.
for moving
Besides, like, okay, moving forwards. Without thinking of moving forwards, like with the pre-existing Dragon Ball Z story,
yeah,
I like the way that it fits in with that.
yeah. With
It's
Dragon
just
Ball
with-
Z,
with
but,
Super,
like, with
with-
Super, I don't know how that works.
I think they can explain it though, as long as they like, if they cook Super Saiyan 4 into like a demon world only form,
Yeah, I guess
things like that, that's fair.
Cause
And-
sorry, go ahead.
And Super Saiyan 3, like, you know, we already know the drawbacks. Like even Goku barely goes Super Saiyan 3. Like he kind of just does it to flex at this point.
I guess.
But like, if Vegeta just never practiced Super Saiyan 3 and then they go into and then they just learn Super Saiyan Blue,
God and Blue.
there's like, what's the point of actually going back and
But
learning?
my,
Super
my
Saiyan 3?
issue with like it's only a God realm thing is the fact that like he wasn't able to do it prior until what's his face gave him
Yeah,
the ability.
Yeah.
if you unlock potential, that's
and Neva
different
gave
story.
him the ability, and
Yeah.
then out of nowhere Goku's like, "Here's a bonus. Like
Yeah.
I got Super Saiyan 4."
Yeah, like,
or
how did he
whatever
pull it
they're
up
gonna call
Yeah,
it
yeah,
next.
yeah.
Like how do you pull
Also,
it up?
that Namekian's been hella sus this new
Yeah. He has
episode.
been.
You just whenever I see him in frame,
He's always been.
you
sus, in my
you just see
opinion.
a little bit of his body in frame, like his hand or like his leg or like his scarf or something, and I'm like, you just feel so sus.
He's
right
always
now.
been sus.
You're not even fully in frame, and I just feel the susness from you.
You
Like
sus.
it's just like I don't know what it is, bro. Like it's just even just the way his face looks, like you're just
Yeah, he's
eating,
always
man. Like
sus.
there's just something. So it's like
I thought you think sus like
he's gay.
like you know what's his name Herbert from Family Guy.
No.
Maybe that was like him.
What the fuck is that connection, bro? What the fuck, bro?
I thought that's what you meant, bro.
Yo, you know, I think Super Saiyan 4 would have hit even more if they went the GT route, where they like ripped his tail out of his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
And then like by the end of it, they could have like Neva take his tail away, and like that's why he
Yeah,
wasn't able to go
yeah.
into Super Saiyan 4.
I also I think with the the redesign of Super Saiyan 4. I don't mind
Let's talk about that.
I don't mind the hair. I still like the OG design more.
I agree.
I feel like the bigger hair.
I like the red hair.
I think
I agree.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like the limit
they
break.
both they both work. I think it's the fur. Like I know we talked
I
about
like
it.
this fur. Like the way it
I
pops.
this fur looks better. I don't like the way that he has the fur kind of like
It stops.
ending on his like forearm.
It doesn't come past.
But
the
then also
wrist.
having the band. I feel like if they cut off the band or they have that go all the way to the end.
Nah, they need. If you cut
It's
off the
too
band,
much
it's gonna
skin.
look even weirder because
Yeah.
too much skin.
I
You need it to come.
like
all
I
the
feel
way.
like there's some they need to like rework it or something. Like I don't know what
the big hands look fine in the adult version.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
the kid version, it looked a little odd.
Yeah.
The hair, I don't mind. I do like that. Like this one has like the waistband versus
Yeah.
like the other one.
It
It's
has
just
no
pants.
waistband.
Yeah, I don't mind like the color, the color scheme changes.
Color scheme is fine.
They're
yeah.
fucking about to make bank off of this fucking series.
They
Super
are.
Saiyan 3 Vegeta,
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4
Kid form
Goku,
too.
Yeah.
kid
For
For
forms,
both of them.
then the adult forms, and then whatever
Yeah.
they do in the
Super
next
Saiyan 4,
episode.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're about to make bank off of this fucking series,
I-
and I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I'll be there.
And Glory Hole Goku. like,
But I do
Very
want to say,
fucking
like, yo,
low.
the Demon Realm seems like it's bigger than all the other universes.
yeah, like it's got its own thing.
No, just because the whole thing of, like, with the lore drop with Ryumas, the Majin
Yeah.
who created the other universes.
Yeah.
So that means this thing existed, like, the Demon Realm existed first,
First, yeah,
and then all the other universes were
And it
created.
explains why there's no Majins in the other universes.
yeah.
As of right, like from what
Yeah,
I've seen.
right.
But it's
So-
also weird that Universe 6 has Namekians then. Because
They-
Namekians originated from, like,
They fled. They literally say in...
they fled to Universe 6.
Yeah, they say it in
okay.
in the Granola arc, bro.
Mm.
That they fled to Universe 6 and
Yeah, yeah, they fled to Universe 6 and 7 in the Granola arc when you see, what's his name, the other Namekian from Granola
Yeah,
Planet.
yeah.
He's older than, like, the other Namekians, and they're like, oh, where'd you come from? He's like, oh, we fled from the Demon Realm between these two universes.
The Granola arcs, and which universe though? Is it not in Universe 7?
It is in
Yeah,
Universe,
and the
So is-
Namekian who's there
but there's a
is
Namekian
old as
that's on the
shit.
planet.
You not remember?
Yeah, okay. Like, no, I do. I
And
remember.
they were like, oh, why aren't you on Namek?
he just drops the Universe 6 and Universe 7 as like a thing to just drop.
Well, no, because they're like, why aren't you on Namek? And he's like, yo, because we fled that universe and we just dispersed
Yeah.
between the universes, and I ended up on this planet, and they ended up on
Oh, okay.
planet Namek.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was to
okay.
explain why he wasn't on Namek.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I find that, like, it seems like it's. Do you guys think the Demon Realm is bigger than all of them combined?
No,
I feel like
maybe actually.
That's what I was thinking. And then a side thing. This maybe has nothing to do with anything. I think so. His form.
where Zeno lives is like its own like.
Yeah. So this form, whatever it's gonna be called, the new
Super Saiyan currently
form.
bonus because he
Demonic
just called
power.
it bonus.
So Super Saiyan.
Demonic power.
Super Saiyan bonus.
Yeah. So
it's
in the
demonic-
Majin
demonic
Majin
power.
realm, they use magic,
Yeah.
right? So I think Neva gave him some magic.
Yeah.
So
to
he just
tap
tapped
into
out
this.
less of like whatever was left of the magic within him.
Yeah. And this is like a
Mm.
magic form,
Super Saiyan
Sure.
magic.
right?
Which means he can
Magic
beat, which
Mike.
means he can beat
Magic
Superman.
Goku.
Which means he could beat Superman. Because Superman's weak to magic.
Magic.
That's
Goku.
exactly where I was going.
Oh, you just wanted to flex on somebody.
Nobody. Yeah. He just on
Magic Goku. That's what I'm thinking. More like
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
Goku-
Magic
Goku
Goku.
magic.
He's just swinging his.
No,
fucking
his
camera
it's gonna be called Majin. It's probably gonna be Majin Goku.
around. Majin Goku.
Yeah, like
It
that
could be.
form.
I was always thinking that like they might call Super Saiyan 4 Majin Goku, but then I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I couldn't find the correlation of like the fucking emblem that made people Majin
Oh,
versus
yeah.
like the Majin with the pointy ears.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what's
yeah.
the distinction?
Yeah.
Demonic
Oh.
power.
It's it's
So
magic. Yeah, Majin means demon.
Yeah.
So then couldn't
It's just demonic
couldn't
power.
fucking Bobbity give Vegeta Super Saiyan 4?
I think it's. I
If
think
it-
it's.
maybe if Vegeta
I think
was
it's
actually,
no,
like,
no,
that
no,
far
no,
gone,
no, no. I
that
think it's
far
magic
out.
specific to Neva.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't think. First of all, I don't think any person who's used magic in the series has been as strong as Neva.
Sure.
Also,
Sure.
100%.
Yeah, I no, the only
Maybe
person,
not Moro,
Moro's the only person I'm
but-
saying.
but also
I love it when they show magic.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
I feel like even with Bobby giving that to Vegeta was barely at like Super Saiyan 2 level. Like he was not even Super Saiyan 3, so like for him to jump from like
But we don't know if
4.
like that's how that like jump needs to happen to get this form now,
Mhm.
right?
but Goku did the showcase. He's,
But like
he
he
did
did,
the 1, 2,
he
3,
did that
4.
with Daima, bro. He did that just because he
Nah.
wanted to flex.
Nah, he didn't have to. He was like, I have a limited time.
But wait, when he first transformed into 4, he wasn't in 3.
Yeah.
No,
he
but
went
that
straight
was like when Neville like fully like gave to him and he went catalyst and just fucking went.
Yeah, but like, I still don't think
This was him like powering up, so he just powered up through the stages. And maybe it's also because the second time really going into the form, he kind of has to go through the stage.
What's the
Because
multiple?
this is literally a callback. This is literally a callback to when he had to do with Super Saiyan 3 in the saga.
I
'Cause,
agree,
like,
yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
it's a straight callback.
Only
for
thing
that.
he's
But
missing is Trunks.
even for that, like he had to like sit there and just fucking yell for 15
But
episodes.
it was
before
very
he could
it was
be-
100%
Yeah.
mirrored in the sense that like for Goku was buying time for Trunks, and then this
Yeah.
one he was buying time for Piccolo.
Yeah, to get into position.
But like, isn't that more so saying that like he didn't really need to go from 1 to
What?
3 to 4? He could have just gone 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still would have had to like sit there and like power up and go like
That's fine. I'm down for that.
and like rip off his shirt. Also, how do you feel? Yo, that animation was crazy.
Crazy.
But honestly, I didn't want him ripping off his shirt. I wanted the power to just fucking
Rip it
destroy
off?
his shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Because he was so like in his like roar.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
midway
And then-
he
and
ripped
then
it.
he
ripped
If he would have
Then it
started it off with ripping off his
Yeah.
shirt and then gone into it, it'd be
Yeah,
fine.
because I feel like
But,
while
like-
he mid roar, he ripped it off. It felt like
It felt weird.
yeah, and then he went back into it like it was just,
Ah,
yeah.
Ah.
like, yeah, like, wait, that shit's still
I
on?
forgot.
Like, yeah, like, unless my titties out, it's not happening. Like what the hell? Yeah,
this is a
no,
new shirt. I don't want to ruin it.
no, like it was.
It's good. I mean,
I'm
I
happy
think
with
for
it.
20 episodes, it's good.
Yeah.
I like the differences to the form. Like I hope it at least means something.
Mm-hmm.
With like the bigger forearms and hands and stuff. Like we did see a little bit before when he was a kid, like him like running on all fours and stuff.
I think it
and
just
I
makes
like
it
that.
more monkey.
But I want to see that like continuing into like
this
his
is like
adult
their
form.
this is if he picks up the fucking staff, this is their one time they could actually like link him closer to
Oh,
like
to
fucking
Wukong?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be
Very
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
But you think Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 4 at all?
Yeah.
I think he begs Nebula.
Like please.
I want to see their.
I don't have to see
I wanna
Bulma in the
their
bath. Like this guy hit Super Saiyan 4 again. like you better hit me with that shit right now. Like what?
It's good. I wish they could have gone a little bit more into it, and I also wish that they actually gave us this first before Super.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
me too.
agree. I agree.
It was such better quality, especially with like when you think about the first 20 episodes.
Not
of
just
Super.
not just
Yeah.
that. Like not just like because of quality, I think just because of the storyline wise, like
Mhm.
That
it's
too,
always
that
like trippy to me to like be there like in the moment and,
And then
like,
go
witness
back.
all this. But then
Yeah.
like in the back of my head, I already know like where they're
Where
at
they're
with like
at,
yeah.
UI and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah.
evolution.
It
Yeah.
fucks with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it does seem like fan servicey for certain
For
things.
sure.
Mhm.
So it's like I kind of
I'm
get
making money.
it. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
get it. So it's like they never really planned to have it happen.
No,
at the
this is his like
beginning.
what like his last work.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
to be honest, like Dragon Ball's always been that type of like body of work where like
Yeah.
he just got like he does like one arc, and then he does the next arc, and then he does the next arc, and it's kind of like he's not really like thinking into the
Yeah,
future
yeah.
of like where it's gonna lead to. It's like I did this now. What do I want to do next, right?
Mhm.
So in
The
the
thing
same,
is, he's already done the next.
but like so that's what I mean is like, well, when he did when he did Battle of Gods, that's
Yeah.
what started Super.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just went from like into the
Resurrection.
next, and then, yeah, right. So it's been kind of just going like that, and this is kind of like the first time they're like, okay, let's actually go back,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Hopefully Toyotaro can, or by the end of the series.
Did you
they
read the
can
one shot?
figure- No. One shot.
Yes, it was like a special edition chapter for Dragon Ball Super.
The one with Trunks and the superhero.
Yeah, like Clean God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because
That was a one shot.
like it just had one shot in the fucking thing.
Oh.
It's not really
I
like
thought it
a,
was a continuation.
I thought it was just continuation.
Yeah,
like
it
this
seems
is their
like the
next chapter.
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. It's a
That's what I
it said special edition because it seemed like more of like a let's pay homage to like just like the greats because
Mhm.
like a lot of it was. There wasn't really like a whole lot happening in the
Yeah, there
chapter.
wasn't.
It was mainly like let's like look at this museum and look at like what really created like Trunks and Goten's inspiration for being Saiyaman X. really like. It was like a filler chapter, but
Oh,
yeah.
it felt more so there for.
But there was a Sandman statue.
Yo,
Yeah.
can we talk about how like Super like Beast doesn't look as good?
Yeah. Facts.
Yo, Beast looks fire.
I just want to get on. Beast, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Beast.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of it.
Same.
Alright, anyways. You want to talk about D.Gray Man?
I can't wait to buy some figures. Let's be honest. I'm about to buy
Yeah.
a kid version, adult
No,
version.
I need the Super Saiyan 4 figures.
The Super Saiyan 4 figures are for sure.
So D.Gray Man, it was a 0.5 chapter because it was supposed to be on.
Man, how you doing? Like
No,
at
no.
least when we come back, we give you 2-hour special.
No,
They're giving us 0.5s.
no. So they weren't even supposed to drop a chapter.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be on hiatus for this release in
Okay.
January.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't supposed to release till April anyways, which is why I was also late reading it because I was like, "If people are reading this right now, like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it wasn't supposed to drop."
Yeah.
It's essentially like giving you context into current Alan and Lavi's first meeting. Because the way the last chapter ended
Yeah.
was kind of like the ending was the birth of current Lavi,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then like you're kind of just seeing it through Lavi's eyes, of like, cause he's getting like these glimpses of old Lavi, and then he's also seeing like Alan as like this, and like he's like merging like, cause he sees Lavi as like this glistening like thing in the sun or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's kind of like he's like daydreaming and dozing off, and then he sees Alan, and it's like it's a very short thing, but it's just like a really cool like recontextual thing for that. Yeah, like it was nothing too crazy, but it just fit with like the way the rest of like the past couple like flashbacks have been
Yeah.
coming along.
Yeah.
It just helped move that story like along. So I think like we can kind of like cut that. I guess that flashback essentially, because that kind of I think that was like meant to like just bridge that to like now that we know like how Lavi and Alan are tied together like
Mhm,
with fate
mhm.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
You guys didn't read Black Clover?
No,
Nah, bro.
that shit fell out so
It
hard.
did, and I read. The thing is, I read the latest chapter and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Still,
It's so confusing the way that they're jumping these like
it's
Why
yeah,
are they not done yet?
yo, because it's every 4 months.
No,
It's one chapter every 4 months.
I know, but
it's
it's
been
like
10 years, yo, and there's like a 10-year anniversary
oh
since
god.
it came out.
no,
or
but
some shit.
like bro, like why are you so scared to end it? Like
I don't know.
they should have ended back when
Yeah.
I was reading it.
No.
I'm one of the OGs, bro.
Yeah. Yo.
He's read like
Get outta
maybe
here.
half of one arc.
Yeah. But no, it was just like
They butchered my boys, bro. Fucking Yami was that guy.
Yeah.
Now he's just old anymore. He's just there.
He's in the shit.
I don't even remember, bro. It's just literally the latest chapter is just Yuno and Asta fighting Lucius, and they've been fighting him for like mad
Like 2
long.
chapters or some shit.
And then
But it feels like mad long
and like
because
all they've been saying for like the last 5 chapters.
Mada.
Yeah, literally. Like he's like, oh yo, they keep surpassing each other,
Yeah.
and they've been just reiterating that for like 5 fucking chapters. That that's why I couldn't foresee this, bro. They keep surpassing one another, and I can't know. Like I got you the first fucking 50 times you told me, man.
Wow, so when JoJo's does it, it's sick.
Yeah,
But
when
when
JoJo's
Black
is sick.
Clover does it.
No. 'Cause JoJo's does it like
Oh.
as a meme culture if they're
Yeah.
doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's different, bro.
Black Clover's not self-aware.
Yeah.
They don't know that
Yeah,
they're doing it.
he just sucks.
At least JoJo knows that they're doing it.
Yeah.
What was it? Orb. That we talked about. You should watch Orb. It's on Netflix.
So
Um,
consider.
Dachik had mentioned it on the pod. That
Yeah.
nobody remembers it though.
I mentioned it
Of
like
course nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just didn't tell us shit about it. He just said it was a new anime. It just
That's no.
like bro, just
Yeah.
like you guys should peep Orb. Like it's sick. New like not even sick. He didn't know anything about it. He was just
No, I
like
didn't. I was
some
basically
new
like,
shit
I was
that's
like, yo,
dropping.
I was like, it was like sometime prior to October,
Yeah.
and we like recorded a pod, and I was like, oh yeah, there's this new anime that came out called Orb. It looked kind of interesting. Maybe we should check it out.
that's
And
it.
then that was it. I didn't say anything else.
So
and
anyway.
now it's like popping off.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
so now the manga's done. Like it's fully finished.
But the anime's been
But
popping off.
Anime is like near the end of its season,
Okay.
and it's gonna finish the story. Like it's just a one and
Oh
done.
shit.
Yeah.
Word?
But it's essentially like everyone follows a geocentric model of the universe, where the Earth's at the center, and they realize that like they've been wrong, and that like the sun's actually at the center. But the thing is, like, people who believe that the sun is at the center are like people see it as blasphemy in the eyes of the church. So anyone who's like an astronomer or like even like astrologer, and they're like looking at like space and stuff, they're kind of getting looked at by the church, and like if their findings work with like the Earth being at the center, then they're like continue doing whatever the fuck you want to do, like do your research, like you're chill. But as soon as you start like realizing that there's a heliocentric model, then like they're basically gonna try to like off you, and they're trying to like prevent your findings from like spreading. So basically, like it's such a cool concept of like anime, because one is like we don't really get this like narrative of how like this came to be. Like we do, like we get it in terms of history, but we don't get it like in a way that you feel attached to like how this came about, like how this actual journey of like how did we figure out that the sun is actually like this, right? So like it starts from like this kid who like this old dude like approaches essentially, and he's like, yo, like trust like the sun's at the center, and he's like, nah, you're fucking tripping. But this kid's like a prodigy, and he starts thinking about it, and like one thing leads to another, and he starts cooking up like this whole like system.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh fuck, like this guy might be right, like it might be heliocentric. So then he starts doing mad research into it. But then like the craziest thing about this, like you'll find out within like the first 3-4 episodes, they kill off the main character with it like right away. Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
that's what I'm saying.
Why don't you say spoiler alert?
Cause
You're fucking bitch.
Spoiler
You're fucking
alert.
bitch,
like-
bro.
Okay, but like
Nah,
I
you're
won't tell you the rest. I won't tell you the
You're
rest.
fucking bitch.
You're
bro.
B word.
I won't tell you the
What the
rest.
fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Well, you're gonna talk about it either way.
What are you gonna talk about now? What is there to talk about?
Because there's the rest of the story. This is within the first 3-4. This is like Vinland. If you thought Thor's was the main character,
Right, but how much harder it hit when I didn't know? Exactly.
yes.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, have you guys been watching Solo Leveling?
Yeah.
Kind of
Wait.
popping off.
Let me finish this first.
Sorry, my fault.
Are you spoiling more shit?
No.
If not, if like, because you
But, like-
Sung Jin Woo dies.
I've read the. Oh, no, what are you talking about? You're fucking hilarious.
Okay. No, but like, it's an anime that's not afraid to kill off characters.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, it's Attack on Titan?
so like, but it's not like doing it for shock value either.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
So
it's
better than
meant for the
Attack
story. Sorry?
It's better than
Same
Attack on
better.
Titan.
Well, like, and like, because like the things they talk about, like, 'cause there's no real action happening.
Yeah.
The real like you're really
It's
like
just the
you're
drama.
real interested in like the journey of how do they get to the point where everyone accepts this,
Did the
Yeah,
and how do they, and then
Yeah.
also like the fact that you don't know like who's gonna die and when they're gonna die and like what
Mm-hmm.
you don't even know like if like when the idea is actually like who's gonna be the person actually bring the idea to like yeah.
Yeah.
or if it even makes it that far like
Bring
what
it to light.
yeah
Heliocentric.
yeah
Mmm. Spatting. He's spatting.
yeah so like I thought that was like such a cool way to take it, and then also like
Yeah.
just the ideas and the philosophies, like the way that they just talk about things.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is like part of why in our One Piece discussion I was talking about like how they used to think about stuff back in the days, because like this really shows you that like people didn't dream, like because of people that were so like simple-minded and like I don't want to say dumb, but just like they just did what they did. They never really thought about being scholars and this or that.
Mm-hmm.
You like when you start to see like people like see what it feels like to actually learn something for the first time, or like to pick up ideas and things like that, like it's just like the way this guy like cooks that up to have you like go through it with them is like I just thought that was sick. Like
I'm sure people did dream. It just comes down to like, are you in an opportunity to like actually kind of fulfill?
but like I mean yeah, they probably did dream, but I mean like the way that it's painted, it's like okay, like maybe like not everyone has the luxury to dream as well,
Mhm.
right? Like people are not
Like.
surviving, like they're dying from random shit.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't really like, and they're probably like working like 12, 13 hours every day to like
Mhm.
make ends meet and shit. So who knows if they're really like being able to just sit there, look at the sky and see what the hell's up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
that's true.
I thought that was like I was so sad that I finished it. Like I was really hoping there'd be more, but it was like the way they continued it every time. I was like, yo, this is sick, because it's like they're really like it's a hope in something, and like just like all the ideas that they're bringing. I was like, this is fucking like this guy just cooked this whole thing.
Like, cook it.
Yeah, like there was like maybe like near the ending, I was kind of like it was like maybe losing a little bit of that like flavor that I enjoyed before, but then like by the end of it, you're like, it was sick. And like the one thing, like the key thing that like brings it all together, because like with like if you have like the main character die, it's like you can't really like have like a story that people are, I guess, like how do you have people attached to a story if like the main character is like that, right?
No, you can.
So like, but they actually have like one central villain who's like, he's an executioner for the church, and they find, whenever they hear about like people studying heliocentrism, he goes and kills them. Like he goes, finds them, sees if like whatever the reports they heard were true. If he finds shit that like deems them as like, he tortures them and then kills them. So then you're also following his journey of like how he sees like heliocentrism, if his beliefs will ever change, and like how like his action, like it's like, and like part of that is intriguing as well to see like where does his journey end up.
It'd be cool if he's the one who brings heliocentrism into the light.
Could be. Could be.
The
Oh, now he doesn't care about swimming.
Huh?
Yeah, now he doesn't care about
No, because that's like
fucking guy.
yo,
Guy?
that first spoiler was to set the standard of what the show's like. That's what that was for, okay? Like, trust. Like, it's 'cause that's a bold fucking move, man. Like, that is a very bold move to me.
That's true.
Yeah, but like let it shock you.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just be like, oh yeah,
No,
this
yeah.
is what's gonna happen, so you know it's coming, so now it's gonna happen.
There's more than enough shock
Yeah.
value in the rest of the series. You don't even, like, you won't even care that I said that.
We'll see.
Well, if you say
If you
so.
end up watching it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first step. You gotta watch it, brother.
Yeah.
Solo
Solo
Leveling.
Leveling. Yeah.
How you been feeling with the season?
Have you read it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I've been
You read it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me and him
I've
have
been
both read
done.
it.
Damn. Yeah, it's good. It's great. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's feeling much better than the first season.
I agree.
Like,
First
we-
season-
Because the first season was stronger near the end.
Yeah.
This season's gonna go
And
crazy.
This is about, oh my
It's
god.
about to go
This-
crazy.
This
at the
season's
end.
just been kind of like like
I'm like
especially
salivating.
I was
here.
Yeah.
telling Jochik, like,
Oh yeah.
from my perspective at least,
Yeah. And other people have shared the same point.
when they introduce his dad,
Mhm.
you're kind like, it's okay. It's cool that this guy got introduced. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? And like, he's been chilling in some dungeon or something for all this time.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would have wished if he was just some other random dude that like had no relation to Sungjin guy.
Sungjin guy. Woo.
Just cause like I didn't want it to feel like a family thing, cause like that whole thing of like why the system chose him or like what.
Yeah.
Now it almost feels like it's because of like, is it because of like who his dad is, or like did his dad get freed because the system chose him to become the player? Like, it does add like more, like there is some type of mystery there, but it's like I feel like I would have enjoyed it more had it not been somebody related to him, and it would have just been some random, because then you would have been like, well, like there's more than, like maybe he's not the only one, and like there's an actual contender, because so far this guy's just been blitzing through everyone. Like he struggles, but not really, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's like,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the only one who can continually level up. So it's like, just nobody, none of these, even these S rank guys, like none of these guys are on his scale, right? So it's like, this is the one guy that you're like, okay, like it seems like this guy can be on his scale,
Mm.
and it's his dad, but it's like, so now he seems like a protective, like friendly figure in that way. So I was just like, man, like that kind of like I didn't like, but other than that, like everything else has been solid. Like, yeah, he's been getting mad people with his necromancy, like
Yeah.
that's just been going crazy.
I've seen like outrage online about Tusk.
Why?
Who's Tusk?
Oh, they come with the guy that, is that not the guy that he just got?
Yeah.
The mage guy?
Yeah.
Okay, then why are you asking me that?
Because in the anime his name is Fang.
Oh.
Is that why they're pissed?
So that's I was like, how do you know his name is Tusk? Because you're anime only.
Okay.
But that's why they're
That's
pissed?
outrage, yeah. Because they're like, why did they change his name?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's such a dumb outrage.
Yeah.
It's so close.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animations have been freaking clean as hell.
You know what's a sad anime?
Centuria.
Sakamoto Days.
Oh.
Well, that's just.
Are you
That's
watching
just sad. That's just sad and like.
Are you
depressing.
watching
I'm sad because I
No, the way that
wanted to get into
it's sad
it
in the way that
because
it's
I'm like
handled.
I've read like 100 chapters of it,
it? Okay.
but then I'm watching it and I'm like, this don't fucking hit.
It's sad in the way that it's handled, bro.
It's not handled,
Because
It's not sad in the way that
I've
the
watched
story is.
I've watched 4 episodes,
bro.
and I was like, it's not bad.
It's not bad. No.
It's not bad.
Like the story's not bad, bro. The issue is that they're not depicting the panels correctly.
Oh.
Like there's so much. Like the best way to describe it, bro. There's so much fucking aura oozing out of these fucking panels anytime something's going on.
Yeah.
But then you're looking at the anime, it's just whatever.
The author was aura farming.
Yeah, the author was aura
The
farming.
studio wasn't.
The studio said, "Nah, we're just gonna give you the most basic shit we can give you."
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like there was no care that was put into it. That's what it feels like.
Mm,
That sucks.
that is horrible.
Like it'd be like if Solo.
I
If
read-
Solo
I read
Leveling
like
was
that-
done the same way that like Dragon Ball Super was done in the first like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, they didn't give the care. Like
Yeah,
all of these
yeah.
like shots
No,
that you see in the
that's
manhwa
fine.
is like insane.
Yeah.
And then you see this shit and it's just whatever. Like what?
That's
Give me some more.
yeah.
That's just sad. Fuck that shit.
Why though?
I don't know.
I
I
thought
be
Sakamoto
like that.
Days was doing numbers, wasn't it?
The manga has been doing numbers.
Yeah. So
But that's also,
typically,
that could also be why they're just like, we just need to throw something out to get like people that don't even know about the manga.
Yeah.
And then when they start reading, they'll be like hooked on that shit.
Maybe.
Because like you could say that like, because you have like that goofy like shop owner guy.
Yeah. That's...
Like you kind of have like a vibe being brought up in the beginning, like Sakamoto. Like you have.
Yeah, the goofy shop owner guy. I'm like, who the fuck's he talking about?
Sakamoto.
Just like, yeah, you can
No,
call
but,
him.
and then you have like that blonde hair guy.
Yeah.
That like.
The telepath.
Yeah,
Is he telepath? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I read like the first couple of chapters and then I just
Yeah.
dropped it. But like they set up like this fun, like at least like a fun vibe, not like an aura vibe. But
No,
like,
it's because when the action starts, it turns into straight fucking aura farming.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the one thing they're lacking on. So I think
Yeah.
it's like maybe they're just trying to get people in that enjoyment aspect first, and then you read it and you can be like, oh damn, this is sauce.
No, that's lame, bro.
It is like it's like this.
Is it done?
They're probably, but this is probably something that they're just gonna do a one season, and then that's it. Because sometimes like when a first season is shafted like that, you
Yeah.
know they have zero plans of making a second season.
But that's
Yeah.
why you
They
hope
don't care at
somebody
all.
else buys like the rights, like the same way that like Attack on Titan kept getting bounced around through studios.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
but Attack on Titan season 1 wasn't bad at all. By any
yeah,
means,
yeah.
right?
But,
Like, bro,
like,
Orient
there's, like,
season 1, you knew that shit was not getting another season.
That shit was fucking ass. That shit was ass.
It was so bad that I didn't even watch it. Like, I was like, yo, watch the show, bro. It's so sick.
Yeah, he puts it
I
up.
watched one
Yeah, I'm
episode.
never
I was
gonna
like,
make it
yeah.
another
I was
recommendation
like, I'm
ever
never
again.
watching this show in my life. Bro. This anime is just fucking dog water.
No, I mean I get it, but like when this is,
Yeah.
I feel like okay, Attack on Titan might have been like a bad like reference, but like I think in a similar sense, it was like that studio wasn't gonna do another season, so they passed it on to a next studio.
Yeah.
And that studio didn't want to do it again, so they passed it on to the next studio,
Yeah.
which it was up in the air who the fuck is gonna do it.
But
Mappa then bought the rights and they
part-
said that we'll do it.
part of that's also the pressure that comes with doing doing that. Like when it's one thing to sign on and be like, yo, we're gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
But then once you actually work through it and you're like, holy fuck, like there was so much shit we had to consider.
Mm.
And also like when you look at like the audience and like where it's at, like especially Attack on Titan with how like popular it got.
But I was like,
How do you continue at that same scale? Right?
Yeah.
Which is probably part of the reason why they probably pawned it off, right?
Yeah.
Unless you do some like toy animation shit with One Piece. and
but like I
just
think
dilute it.
I think Sakamoto Days had like hype around it where people wanted a good adaptation.
Of course.
I had been
Yeah.
seeing hype for it too.
100%. But then like it's like with Chainsaw Man, for example, you had Fujimoto like work more closely with the studio. Did you not?
I don't know.
And like, cause like think about like the shots that we were getting. Like
the way it was directed.
we were getting things that
Yeah.
like weren't even like from the manga,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's something that I feel like Fujimoto himself had to have like given them direction on. You know, at least in some way. I don't think they just randomly were like, let's just cook up some like cinematic shit. Cause you know how
it depends on who your like director is for the season though. Like
it could be that too, but Fujimoto's also so like inspired from Western films and shit like Tarantino.
But that could be like exactly
so maybe
what the director was like. Okay, well I'm gonna do it this way because like he
knows that.
Yeah, in the same way that like for example like when you look at like JJK season 1 to season 2, there is a definite difference between the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They look different.
Yeah.
That's because they had 2 different directors for the season.
Okay. But would you say like from season 1 had less involvement from Gage as well?
I don't think.
Right,
I don't think it was anything like that. I think it because like you can tell like the best way I can describe it is with JJK in particular, the season 2 director, you could tell it was his style that was like heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy-handed because they kept using the fisheye.
Yeah.
Shots.
Yeah.
And he's really known for fisheye shots.
Yeah. That's fair. I meant more for like the art stuff, not the direction.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Centuria. Did you guys read it?
No.
What is it? What the hell is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you talking about? He just pulls out some random ass anime from his Twitter. Like, you read this shit? What the fuck are you talking about? What is this show?
Okay, good. No, so okay, basically there's this guy on a slave ship, and there's like a bunch of like people being transported on the ship, right?
Okay.
And
This is a manga. This is an anime.
Manga.
Okay.
It's people are talking about it as like, it's like with like Gachiakuda and like some other like as like something new to read right now that like 'cause a lot of things have ended now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like it's at 50 chapters in right now. I'm only like 30 chapters deep, but like I'll just like at the beginning.
The main
If the main character fucking dies, I swear to God.
Yeah. No, actually. So like the ship. so the ship gets attacked, and like basically everyone on board dies.
Okay.
But there's this.
But not the main character to say that.
No, main character dies too. But there's this girl.
What's the point?
There's a little baby, and like basically he bonds with his like pregnant like mom, and then he's like, yo, like I never had a mother type shit. Like you're like best mother in my life type.
You're welcome.
And then this baby's like survives, and the main character, essentially, there's a kraken in the water, that like is the reason why like shit just went sideways and everyone died.
Okay.
But like, it takes the souls of everyone that died and puts it into the main character. So he has 100 souls.
The baby?
No, the main character.
I thought he died though.
No, yeah, no, well he did die, but the fucking he has 100 lives.
Okay.
So like.
So he has 100 lives to play with.
He has 100 lives to play with, and he's like a strength of 100 lives and whatever.
That's why it's called Centurion?
Centuria? I guess so, yeah.
The Century.
But basically,
Yeah.
like, so so now he has powers, and he's like powers from like the sea.
Okay.
So he has like you know like Dr. Stone?
Yeah.
How they have like those cracks and shit?
Yeah.
They kind of have like, I want to say that they have some like similar aesthetic in that way. The art kind of is decent, but like, basically, this guy's goal is to like have this child like grow, like fully. Like he's like I care about this kid. Like I'm gonna take care of her because like her mom couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But then like, you have like this kingdom. This is like back in the day, like peasants and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You have this kingdom, and they're sending out like is it like fortune tellers or crystal seers and stuff like that, and like they're like knights and like whatever, like patrolling the kingdom, and like this girl is somebody who has powers to like foresee the future.
How?
Like I don't know. They don't really explain. They don't explain like how they got these powers. People have powers in the world, but like she has the powers to foresee the future. She sees that like this baby that he's taking care of will eventually come and kill the king.
Mm.
So now they're like, we need to kill the baby. So then like the kingdom dispatches like this one like sadistic weird ass fucking guy. He has water powers, but he can like control your body. It's like water bending. Like he's on some next level crap water bending.
Water bending. Yeah.
Like he's like sitting there in like the middle of like a desert when they show him his intro,
Mm-hmm.
and he has like a vase, like an empty vase, and there's like a whole army coming after him, and he just like sucks the water out of them, puts it into his vase, and then pours up a glass and just drinks it.
Damn.
So they're pretty beasts, and then like this guy gets dispatched to go fight the main character,
Yeah.
and then the main character's still figuring out like what his powers are and like what the hell he did. Like like it's around this time that he realizes that he has
Powers.
100 lives.
Right. So
Yeah.
how did the Kraken give him powers?
Because the Kraken's like a sea god, essentially.
So does everyone?
So that means
Kraken?
there's multiple gods, apparently. Like there's like a forest creature as well or something. Like
Oh, and like a air god or some shit.
like I haven't gone that far. Like
No.
they've shown like this forest creature, and they've shown like because the Kraken like gave him powers, he's like you could say like he's like loved by like the sea because of that. But because like the sea god gave him powers, the forest god is like, I don't fuck with your kind in my territory. So it's like, yeah. So there's like I'm not that deep into it yet. So like I'm like 25 chapters in.
How many chapters is it?
50.
It should finish at 100.
You think so?
Ooh, that would be like nice
see.
little century.
Yeah. We'll see like the scope of like depend on the scope of the whole like thing, right?
Yeah.
If it could stop by then, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it could. Because at 50, like, where they're at right now, like, it's like they haven't done, like, nearly enough. And, like, I'm assuming we're going to see this baby grow up and, like, eventually take over the kingdom or something. Because we don't even know, like the back, like, maybe this, like, was, like, a bastard child or something, or I don't know. Like, we don't know anything about this, like, this prophecy or, like, what. We just know that, like, and you do see, like, the round table of, like, knights, and you see, like, this king, and he just looks like some beast-ass dude. And he does, like, that Luffy Yonko type walk where he, like, walks between, like, Kaido and Big Mom. You know what I'm talking about? And he just fucking walks. He, like, does some shit like that where he just fucking
He walks, bro.
He just walks.
So that's the end of our pod.
Wow! Wow!
Yo, I got something to talk about. Not really.
Okay.
Captain America: Brave World. Yo, New Brave World. What the fuck is it called?
Brave New.
I didn't watch
Brave
it.
New World. I think it was called. I watched it.
I'm not watching it.
That's whatever. It's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and like bash it. Obviously, like the CGI.
I'll sit here
and
and
shit.
bash it. Oh.
You haven't seen it.
I still do it.
The CGI.
I'll still do it.
Like you can definitely tell that the movie was fucking reshot.
Yeah.
You can tell that like it's just a green screen CGI mess.
That's
But like in
horrible.
terms of like the actual story
Yeah.
that they're trying to tell, wasn't actually that bad.
Okay.
Like I was vibing with like the actual story, like the storyline.
It picks up from Incredible Hulk 2? Or like the first Incredible Hulk?
it's pretty much Incredible Hulk 2.
Yeah. Okay. But the
But
storyline
minus
like
Hulk.
seamlessly like flows from there. Like with the characters and stuff. Did you go back and watch Incredible Hulk?
No, I remember it pretty well though.
Okay.
It's the same like characters,
And do you need to watch the TV show Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
kind of.
Yeah, I watched this.
I mean, they finally brought back the Celestials after however many series.
And does it
it was.
matter?
No, they finally brought it back. Like,
But like, what do they do with it?
it's adamantium, so they're mining for the
Mhm.
resource.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah.
And that's how they're gonna introduce Fantastic Four as well.
Well,
Like
there's
what?
been like
No.
rumors that like Fantastic Four takes place on a whole different universe.
Dude, and Fantastic Four looks like
Why?
it's like set in like
Yeah.
the like 70s, 80s or
70s,
something.
like some
No.
futuristic 70s.
Yeah.
No, it just I think it's the way it's shot that it looks like that.
Well,
Well,
no,
no,
the clothing, their attire,
The
their
clothing,
everything looks like
Clothing
they're.
looks
It doesn't look
normal. I just watched the trailer
What are you
yesterday.
talking about?
It doesn't look normal.
Bro,
When
the
you
cars,
see
the cars
even
are
the car,
suit
the
and
cars
even
are
the car
retro.
that he's driving, yeah, it's like a retro. It's a flying retro car.
Yeah, but that's like
The
I
whole
could
aesthetic
make
of it.
a flying retro car.
Make
Yeah,
me a flying
you know what I
retro
mean?
car.
I can make bro. You guys heard it here first.
No.
Heard it here first.
We'll have our first flying vehicle
Nah,
made
do
by
that
yours
shit.
truly.
No, but I can like you know what I mean. You can make anything designed to look
Okay.
old.
What I
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
because you like the old style of things.
But like they have a
I think
Fantastic Four
everything-
tower.
everything looks like it.
There's no
back
fucking
then.
Avengers Tower or the Stark Tower. The only thing
It could be set in like today, but they're today because if it's a different universe, is actually like our 80s or something. You know?
there's been people that'll look at like screenshots of the trailer and like the stuff that he's working on the chalkboard. It looks like he's trying to figure out how to travel from one universe to the other.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that's kind of like
Yeah.
where the theory
Also,
is.
like you saw the theory of like how it's his kid. Is it Nathaniel Richards?
Franklin.
Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards.
With Galactus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
So
that one.
so Franklin Richards is supposed to be like, I guess, like the herald.
It's
For-
a female.
It's a female.
Yeah.
The herald.
Yeah.
That's confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just saw the rumors for Franklin being.
That's gonna be Franklin though. Why would it be Franklin?
Well, because the rumor was that it's Franklin. So then from there it was like, okay, that means apparently like Sue was pregnant when she went up and got exposed to like that fucking.
That's not how Franklin uses power.
No, this is a rumor, like not rumor, theory.
There's a
Theory,
theory
yeah.
of how like, because
Okay.
like, after people found out that like the Franklin thing, from there it was like, okay, like this was like the supposed like plot line of how it. Like,
Oh no.
yeah,
okay.
because then I was like,
that sounds like bullshit.
Because here's the thing. Here's what I was saying was like, we probably see them like that whole '80s thing is probably when they first went up and got
Mhm.
exposed to the powers.
Mm-hmm.
But in the trailer, we see that kids are running around in Halloween with their costumes on,
Mm-hmm.
which means they've been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, they probably already gave birth to their son,
Mm-hmm.
and then now they're just like, this is past '80s now, and then now it's like,
From what I was seeing was Galactus was trying to leverage their kid to like help him travel to a different universe or something.
that's what the Herald does. Because
Why
the
the
Herald bring like Silver Surfer brings Galactus
Yeah.
there, right? That's what I mean. Is that not the same thing?
No, I saw some shit that like they were trying to get Galactus out of that universe. That's what I saw.
Oh. But how are they using Franklin for that? What are Franklin's powers?
I don't fucking know.
Bro, Franklin is
Because I know he's Omega level.
yeah,
some
he's
beast ass
he's
shit.
reality warping.
So he can, like, how far does that extend? Like, universe. He can like be like, go dip out of my universe.
Yeah, like in the comic books, as a kid, he creates a universe in his room.
Wow.
Okay, so you think they use Franklin to just put Galactus into like a little aquarium?
No, because have you seen Franklin in the trailer?
No, I haven't. That's
So
what,
then
but, like,
people are just saying random bullshit. I don't even think Franklin's in this movie.
Yeah, fuck
how,
you, Franklin.
how do you know it's a girl though?
Hey,
The
it's
actress?
Chris.
Yeah, because they're saying that they people are outraged about it.
They turned Silver
cast
Surfer into a female.
Silver
Yeah.
Surfer
I
to
remember
a
hearing
female,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember,
Yeah.
but I don't remember hearing about Silver Surfer even being in the movie.
No, they have to have Silver Surfer.
But they have the
They
casting.
didn't show Silver Surfer even in like the trailers or anything.
That's fine, they don't have to
because
show
they're
it.
they don't have to show. They show Galactus in the trailer.
They showed Galactus.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
which Galactus like at least like the side like.
But they
looks
can but they can do a movie with Galactus without even having Silver Surfer.
They can. I agree.
Yeah.
If
Is what I.
if it was set in our universe or like the main MCU universe.
Why?
I don't think it
Because
is.
because like the snaps went off on Earth.
Mhm.
Galactus is like, oh, what's that over there? And now that's why he's at Earth because the snap went off on Earth twice.
No.
Mm.
No.
And that literally would just be like, wow, let me
Yeah,
look at
like
that shit.
like he sees like cosmic energy being-
Twice from the
yeah.
same point. He's like, oh damn, there must be
There
a
must be
lot
something
of-
to eat.
Exactly.
And also,
What if he's eaten most of like the major sources in that universe, so he needs to transfer to another universe or some shit?
Yeah, but or like if depending on how the Fantastic Four is like shown, if they're not like the goodest of all guys, they're like, yo, save our universe, go take next universe.
Get out, go.
Yeah.
616.
Like that's the guys you want. That's where the
But
snap
it's
happens.
Yo,
I ain't even do nothing.
no, because it's interesting because we already saw Mr. Fantastic. Like we saw, what's his name? John Krasinski. Fantastic already. At, like in a multiverse. This guy's just dying.
Oh my god. Continue.
Because we already seen him as Mr. Fantastic in another universe, right?
Yeah.
So like, why would we get another Mr. Fantastic from another universe, not in the same universe?
Can't help you with that, bub.
Because it doesn't make sense.
And they
Continuity wise, like where were the Fantastic
they open
Four?
up the they
You
open,
know, they
Unless
just
they're brand new.
brand new. That's what I'm thinking. Brand
Pedro
new.
Pascal's too old, bro.
they open up the
Why could
multiverse
be
for a
brand new?
reason.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Like I'm saying, like they
To
just
be the next Reed Richards?
they just became Fantastic Four now.
Nah, he's too old.
Yeah, he is.
Why?
He's too old. To continue like portrayal for 10 years. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, they could do for 5 years. Why are they gonna do for 10 years?
No.
Because he's a
If
key part.
you're gonna cast
Yeah,
like
after
somebody.
5 years. When the 5 years, they'll do their shit will be done.
No. If you're looking
Actually,
at
like they could.
if you're looking
Yeah,
they could.
within 5 years, he's good.
Because like after Doom's Avengers Doom,
if
Doomsday
they
or
kill
whatever
him
the fuck
off,
they're calling it.
if they kill him off, or
No, they don't have to kill. From the rumors that we're getting is after
Well,
Avengers
actually-
Doomsday or whatever, they're
You know-
soft rebooting.
is it Nathan Fillion? 1 second.
They're soft.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Keep him on for 5 years. It's good.
Is that what they said?
That's a rumor.
Okay, because I was gonna say because Nathan Fillion kind of looks similar.
The guy that's Green Lantern and Superman,
Is he Green Lantern?
Yeah, like Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Oh,
Like he looks
yeah.
nothing like Pedro Pascal.
I was gonna say if they did some shit to the DH him, like if in their like if and they just like swapped him out, like if they had somebody that kind of looked like him, you know.
Can you imagine Guy Gardner now as Reed Richards
That's crazy. That's crazy.
with the bowl cut too?
Yeah.
No man, he doesn't look like that all the time, bro. Like I don't know, man.
You guys have anything else you guys want to talk about?
No.
All right.
Yeah, like if they do the soft reset for Doomsday, then yeah.
I think that's what they have to.
Then they can like cash
fucked
over all
up.
they want and do whatever they want. But.
Yeah, they fucked up. That's all we got for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. It took
Hella
quite
time.
some time
Yeah.
for us to get this episode out and even record it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning
You guys are
in.
gonna see some shaky cam for sure.
For sure. The shaky cam footage. We're in full action mode right now.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about Glory Hole Goku.
Maybe not, but
Yeah.
let us know what you guys thought about the Daima episodes, the One Piece chapters, everything that we talked about.
Glory Hole Goku.
Glory Hole Goku. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. Go in our description. We have our TikTok, our Twitter, Instagram coming never. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.